How's it going, everybody? Look at this.
What's up, guys?
Look at the crew here.
What's going on?
We got OGY in the corner there in outer space, just floating away.
We can look over.
We got Wes there.
Oh, I need to see the space thing. I can't see that.
Oh,
yeah, I wanna...
There we go. Everybody's jumping in now.
Yeah.
Looks like the delay has caught up to everybody. We got Grim over here. Look at that beautiful face over there of Grim. And we got people already joining in the chat. There it is. The chat is starting to blow up. Everybody can see that. We got the chat going.
Very nice. 20 already.
Grim has
me over.
Grim has
dropped off.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. There we go.
Flipped in half now.
Hey guys.
Welcome to the show, Grim.
Louis.
Two-Face from Batman.
Yo.
People's names are AHC.
Some interesting names in the chat. Hello, everybody. We got Marshall here. So welcome, everybody, to the first DubCity podcast, I guess episode 1, where we're going to be just having coffee table style, talking to a bunch of guests here. We have a great lineup, actually, of guests. I'm looking at the waiting room here. We got a bunch of people actually just want to talk to us. We got Third Wish, TBG in the house, Native Life, Lon the Man is here. I see Juice on here, Dizzle, Dirtnap Joe, and Astreus is here. Got a lot of big players in here.
Some big names.
A lot of people in there.
Very nice, very nice.
So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into the questions. Everybody wants to talk to these people and see what's going on. But we just want to give a little shout out here. Just kind of talk what we're gonna be doing on this podcast. We're, like we said, coffee table style. Ask some questions. Anybody in the chat, if you got any questions that you want to ask any of your favorite players here, throw them out in the chat. If we catch it in time, because the chat is rolling pretty fast, we'll ask those questions. Keep it respectful and clean. We're gonna keep it as a family rated show as best as we can here.
Family friendly.
We are here for you.
Yes, there we go.
Even then, all together, all that good stuff, that morals and stuff. We're all together. It's a community.
Morals and
We're
stuff.
Here. The gang, squadron. Yes.
And we have some other fun stuff that we're going to be talking about. We're not only talking contractors here. We're going to talk everything VR. Different games that are out there, things that are happening, DubCity wise. We're just going to chill out and have a nice chat with everybody. See how everybody's doing. Get to know these people.
Indeed.
Let's ask Wes. Hey, Wes, Coke or Pepsi?
All right. Well, you're gonna hate me.
Oh boy.
I think I've had Coke once.
Oh
and
no.
I've never had Pepsi.
Oh boy.
I wasn't able to. I'm not a big pop guy.
He's not a pop guy. So what's your drink of choice then? When you're playing, what's your drink of choice?
Brisk.
Are you a brisk guy? Eh?
Brisk.
Oh.
Brisk is
Okay.
Oh, Zuko, what's your drink of choice?
Yeah.
Oh, water or iced tea for sure.
Oh, water iced tea.
I keep it clean. I gotta have my
Dude,
iced tea though,
slaps.
dude. Yep.
But okay,
Especially down here in Tejas.
is it homemade iced tea or are you getting this out of a can?
No, man, never out of a can. That Arizona stuff, you can throw that out the window. Like it's Chicken Express too, but sometimes you gotta dilute it because that is super sugary.
Oh,
But yeah, most times you gotta make it at home.
make it at home. I've never made it at
A couple
home.
of ice cubes, right on the balcony.
On the
Yeah.
You
Go out on
definitely
the
don't get
balcony with
snow,
just
do
a robe
you?
on.
You don't get snow, Zuko, do you?
Oh, we have been lately. And the
Oh.
seasons
Yeah.
have been changing a bit.
Yeah, I had snow like 2 days ago.
Oh,
That was great.
get those shovels ready. Grim, are you still with us here?
I'd love to see
Yeah.
it.
What's your drink of choice?
I'm a lemonade diluting man. So lemonade and orange, lemonade.
Oh, that sounds good.
Zesty orange.
Some good
Lemonade
lemonade.
zest.
Lemonade's up there as well.
We
Dude,
even,
lemonade.
Gotta go with lemonade.
we even got people in the chat
You gotta
talking to
have a
us
mixer,
here.
but you gotta have the mixer with it. You gotta have the mixer.
We got a lot of water fans. A lot of water
You
fans.
can't go wrong.
There we go. We got some beer. We got some Kool-Aid. Got a whole mixture here.
Clean water.
Jeez, some
Light
sparkling.
beer too.
Beer.
Oh, Boomski's going
Glen Moray.
fancy.
Take some
Sparkling
Glen Moray.
Sparkling water.
Or some,
Someone's fancy.
Interesting.
Bombay Sapphire.
Yeah, some whiskey.
Yeah.
Should we bring in our first? Let's not call him victim,
Beer
but our
keeps you
first,
clear.
our
I like
first,
that, Michelle.
our first guest of the day. Dealer's choice. Zuko will be bringing in our guests one by one. So he will be playing roulette there with us. so we won't know who he's gonna bring in till they pop in.
There we go.
Drinks Hennessy.
Hello? We have you here, brother.
Hey,
Is
what's
this what I
up?
think it is?
What's up? This is Astraeus.
It is
Team Rogue.
Astraeus.
Welcome to the desk, my friend.
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
What's up, man?
Chilling.
How's everything going, Astraeus? How you doing
This is
today?
one-
I know you played today. Did you play today?
Yeah, we had a match with Sector. It was a challenge match. It went well. They put up a good fight for sure.
I
Zuko
casted
got to get the cast on that, so that was awesome. I just finished watching the cast between that and this, so here we are.
Nice.
Clutch getting a throwing knife kill on that game.
Dude, it was
Someone got a throwing knife?
awesome. Yes, man.
Yeah, he killed him on
Came right on
balcony
the
on downtown.
Killer move.
Throwing knife kill.
I respected throwing knife.
You know how hard it is to
it's-
get a throwing knife
It's
kill?
tough.
Especially after the update. I felt like it was easier last update when it was more like a dart. Now you
Yeah, it
actually
was
have to
like
put
a
some
laser.
oomph into it.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
say
like a
now
laser.
it looks better, but like in terms of like efficiency, like it's not nearly as
The
fast.
speed
looks
of the
cooler
projectile
now.
is slow. The speed of the projectile
Yeah.
is slow. It's really hard.
Yeah, but it definitely looks cooler.
Oh, it's always
Spins
if
through
you
the
can
air.
catch it on stream, a nice good throwing knife kill. Like
Mhm.
those are hard to catch. Especially
You need
when
to
you get
add
that
kill
throwing
cams.
knife. I know when I'm casting,
I-
if the minute someone has a knife in their
kill
hand,
cams would be.
oh, you know what? I could go for a kill cam. You know, one thing I'd
That'd be
love to
awesome.
see in the game
Some interesting
is
hits.
getting the audio of the teams. Little snippets. Doesn't have to be like a long thing. Give me like a 2-second, a 5-second, maybe even a minute. Little audio bursts of what they're saying in game. You know what I mean? Just give a little something for the fans.
You used
Yeah,
to be
it's,
able to hear proximity.
Yeah,
For real.
proximity. I think Onward has
real.
that too.
Onward does, yeah.
Uh,
It's not in the casting setup right now, but probably they'll come. Because I know they've been talking about we're gonna.
I'd
The
like to
update
see the
to the
lasers.
casters.
If there's anything that I'd
The
like to see
lasers?
is the point of aim
That's
of the
awesome.
weapon and better
Yeah.
first person like optic cam where like
Yeah,
you can
yes.
actually see
Yes.
through the optic.
Rather than the
Yes.
gun blocking it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now they do middle eye and you just see like middle face. I don't know how you would tell the difference between someone using like their left eye versus their right, based
Yeah.
on their settings or something. But
I mean, I
either way.
think if you just put the camera, like if you set it up like a Picatinny rail right behind the optic, and it just sits there and looks through the optic. So when you switch to first person, you just get like a optic view
Off
through
the
the
back of their gun.
glass and off
Yeah.
the back of their gun, and then their hands
Gotcha.
wouldn't be in the way or anything else, you know. So
Yeah.
that's a yeah.
So we're gonna do
Probably
like we
it right
see in
there.
the cast for Onward, where we see all these green little lasers just pointing at everybody.
I hope so.
I think it'd be
That's
cool to
another
see how people hold
Yeah.
like corners and angles and stuff for sure.
Big time.
I mean,
So would
But-
only
Definitely see
the
people's
players that are so it would only be the people watching the cast would get to see the lasers.
cast.
Yeah.
So nobody
Yeah.
in game is gonna see a laser coming at them. Not like in
No,
Star
do not
Wars
add-
mode.
Do not add gun lasers to this game.
Well, they have it in
please.
Star
I
Wars.
saw King
One of the
Louis saying
loadouts
that in
has it.
chat.
I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
add it to Star Wars. I don't. Whatever. But
People would probably like
That's
the
mods,
overhead
that-
camera a lot more with those lasers.
Might as well
Sometimes
add the
it's hard to capture on the
Halo.
first camera.
The jumping?
Might as well add the Halo. Well, not the Halo jumping, but the Halo freaking
that'd be
reticle
cool.
on the screen.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like a up one or whatever, where you have like.
Yeah.
Wes is like, I have that installed already. That's how I snipe
yeah.
everybody.
Wait, you guys don't have that? What do you mean?
Wait, you don't have that little option put on there?
Dude, that beam rifle, the beam rifle with that when it shows the reticle, I'm like, what is this? It's so much easier.
Oh.
Wish I had this with the arm.
Oh, Disney, can we change the guest logo? Looks like
Yes.
it's still showing the screen.
Grim, can I ask you for a favor there? Can you add a number 4 to your profile name? I believe Astraeus is
that
ahead of
changed the
Grim
order.
on his on the lettering, and he is number 4 there.
I'll do that just man.
Yeah, I would have my
Yeah.
green screen set up, but with the match.
So we can get it all
Oh,
beautiful
no
for you
worries. We
guys.
actually had it all set up. It's just we didn't take account in for some alphabetical Discord lettering issues. So we're hoping that Grim would have popped ahead of everybody with the D, but as Astraeus, you're the A. You're the leader of the board
Yeah.
there.
Hey.
You know, big A
That's
there.
on me too. I should have pulled in
You
someone else.
gotta be number one
You
somehow,
know,
right?
hey, I hear a lot of
Yeah.
people loving
Yeah,
your
all the
brace,
cards
by the way.
fall.
Hey, we got a donation here for the charity
From who?
from
who?
Rusty
nice.
Tron.
Rusty Tron.
Big Rusty Tron.
Big shout out.
GG's there, buddy. Thank you so much
Good
for
stuff.
that.
Yeah,
charity
good
tournament
stuff, man.
comes
Thank
soon.
you so much.
We do, you know what? Guys, we have a guy on our team that's got your Astreus brace, and he's digging it. He loves it. You know.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Who is it?
Cisco.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Cisco
yeah.
Tech.
I remember
Yeah,
him.
he's using it. He's digging it. He loves it. He's having, you know, like anything, like a gun stock or anything they're using takes a little bit of getting used to, I guess, to kind of, you know, you're tying your hand down, right? It's just like using a gun stock. You got to get used to like locked in there, right? I think it was the throwing nades for him was the learning curve. The shooting, you know, he had no issues with it. I know the throwing of the nades, right? Because your hand is locked in, so it's a little harder to kind of get the flick. But he loves your brace there. He's loving
I
that.
feel like that's.
I need
I'm
to
glad
try that
people
out
are
sometime
enjoying
too.
it. Yeah, I took
Yeah,
him off
one stock.
Etsy. I took him off Etsy for now just because I'm so backed up and I'm trying to catch up on the orders. Like,
Iceman.
between
That's a good
playing
feeling,
and
then.
yeah, I mean it's good. It's been awesome, and I wasn't ever designing it to make a ton of money. I just designed it for myself because I wanted something that was between what's existing out there. And so whenever I came up with the idea and people were like, hey, you know, I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I'm not here to hoard this thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if other people want to check it out, they're more than welcome to. So
Yeah, no, you did a great. You know what? It was
Respect that.
great design. It was really well thought out of, right? Like it's not like something you just kind of woke up one day and threw it together. Like, hey, I'm gonna just kind of sell this out. It was actually very well,
Yeah.
like well designed and well thought out, right? Like you actually,
All the prototypes. That
you actually put some
Dude,
work
I
into
had-
that.
Yeah.
4 or 5 that I went through. The first one was like super bulky, and Wes showed up on stream and he was like, "Oh, some PVC action, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to figure this thing out." Like, I had to take it off. Like it would clip onto the ring on the Quest controller at the top to
Yeah.
like lock it together because I want it to be really strong. But like it was so much weight on the top end on my wrist, like it was so uncomfortable, and so I had to make some iterations and changes and make it more lightweight. And so, but yeah, it was funny developing the thing because I'm not an
Experimentation.
engineer. Yeah, I'm not an engineer at all. So just randomly like,
Hey,
we're
mad
just gonna try
props,
this and see what
man.
happens.
Fell together.
Yeah.
Mad
It
props
looks
for
nice.
getting it
Trial
put
and
together, and it actually works. It's not like it didn't work. It actually does work. I for myself, I like to have one hand locked in, so I gotta order it once it gets back in stock afterwards. But you know what?
Get it back up soon.
Let's get to know
We need to get
Astreus.
some of them to show off on the screens. show some of them off.
Let's get to know a little bit of Mr. Astreus here. So let's find out what is your favorite loadout, or are you a guy who's got multiple loadouts for different maps and different people you play against?
I mean, I think there's only a couple viable weapons in the game, to be honest, and some of them, you know, I have like a natural synergy with, and some of them I absolutely do not. Like, I cannot get the M16 to work for me. I know a lot of top tier players are using it.
I saw it a few times today.
Yeah, I think it's a great weapon system. I think it's interesting. The timing of the trigger for me is the thing that I just haven't put enough time into it to run well, so I just can't use it. I like the FAL. The magazine capacity gets to me, so mostly when I'm running VR
true.
esports stuff, I'm running the CZ, double frag, medium armor, just for the headshot protection at range, because that's usually where I kind of float to on our games and stuff.
Sure.
And then no melee or anything, because I try to be as light as I can with the medium, because you're not getting any movement speed anyway, like any bonus, and then I do have a light armor setup that's the exact same. It's 32 points, but it's hollow triangle grip. It's just how I shoot in real life too, with like the C-clamp style over the top of the barrel.
Nice.
So
Nice.
to me, it's like a 1-for-1 like click of the brain, to where you're not doing
More
anything
realism
weird.
type deal.
Well, it's realism, but also every movement that I do that I would do in real life with a firearm translates almost identical to what I'm seeing in VR. So it's more synchronous
Beautiful.
with your body's motion. And then of course you all know I love the SKS. It got a
Oh,
little bit of
you're
nerf
dangerous
last
with that thing.
update.
Dangerous.
But if it's a larger map with large sight lines, that's what I'll be running. But today we played Lumber. I actually ran the CZ the whole time just because we were on EU. And sometimes you have to manually pull the mag out of the SKS. So if you're on EU with that little bit of latency, it can get caught up. So we just ran the CZ today. But those are my two guns. I think those are the two that I can run. I know there's a couple others that are kind of viable, but that for me that's it. Just CZ and SKS.
Let me ask you: do
Got
you
your
ever
flow.
find a difference between light? Because I know everybody has this big discussion. You'll hear it in lobbies. You'll hear it, and even in teams. Light armor versus medium armor. I know nobody rocks heavy. Heavy we can kind of throw out the window. It's just
Right.
there. But going between light and medium, you find like any difference in getting shot or the speed? Like, do you actually find yourself running faster than somebody in the medium? Hey, we got another donation. Juice Crack. Thank you so
brother.
much,
Hard.
Juice.
Donating
Thanks,
to the
buddy.
cause.
Appreciate you, bro.
What about juice crack?
Sergeant Trooper Juice Crack.
But do you find any difference, just running in general and all kinds of stuff like that? Even just getting shot, do you notice a difference between light and medium, since they are such a big difference in points?
So I think the big thing, it's a 1 point difference, which I don't think is game breaking
No.
or like gonna really
Yeah.
change your loadout anyway. It's not like you're like, oh, I have 1 extra point, I could take the machete or whatever the point is, or the pan or whatever. So it doesn't really change the math for the economy of the game, in my opinion. Medium versus light right now, medium armor is a 4 times multiplier on the headshot. So against the CZ, it's 2 headshots to kill you at range. Right, and since the CZ is such a meta weapon right
Dang.
now,
not know
that
that.
little bit of extra protection.
Juice Crack with another
against the
donation.
headshot
Sorry,
is just going off in the chat.
Sorry,
Oh,
just
you're
had to
good,
kind
bro.
of put that out there.
No, yeah. So I think the 4 times multiplier on the headshot for any damage is pretty big. Especially like I said, with how I play in the range that I have, that I hang out in, that keeps me alive for an extra second. The multiplier on light armor is 6 times the damage, so that's why like the P90 is actually kind of being effective against light armor, because it's 1 shot anywhere on the map, as far as I know, with the P90 against light armor, right? And you have 50 rounds, so it'll be interesting to see if the meta shifts a little bit with that, and some people kind of figuring that out. But I think the movements, it's noticeable, especially when you're wiggling. But
Light
just
armor?
movement
Yeah.
across the map, yeah, when you're moving across the map though, I don't think it's not enough to be like, oh, I'm so much faster, I can get to the objective so much faster. Because most of the time when I'm clearing an objective, I'm throwing a frag from 3 feet from where I would be within range to not within range. I think it's very rare that extra like half of a fraction of a second actually makes a difference whether I stop the objective or not, So
Yeah,
I
you're not
think
noticing
overall
that big
for me,
foot race.
medium, yeah,
Having
it's not a
that extra
massive
is-
difference, and you can kind of keep up with people too, but especially on the wiggle, it's definitely, you can see people moving a lot further horizontally in a gunfight when they have the light armor, for sure. So it's definitely a strong thing. I don't know when or if they're going to change that. I guess we'll have to see, but the gun math though with the CZ, it's still 6 rounds at max range versus light or medium if you don't hit a headshot. So to me, the armor difference is kind of like, meh, you're not really getting that big of protection just for body shots, you know what I mean?
We missed a donation there. Another donation.
Yeah, we had another one there.
I-
It just moved
see
so
the chat
fast that
going,
I didn't want. Well, I didn't want to
Juice.
interrupt Astreas there, because it's just
Yeah, he's
It's just
dropping
popping off.
knowledge.
Juice is on fire right now. Oh,
What-
Juice.
yeah,
what-
Just going off, man.
Oh, another one. We got another one right there. Who's that one from? Chi-Town Picker. I have to look at my screen. I'm getting old, guys. I don't
Coming in
have
from
my
the,
contacts on, but I still got to get really close up and look at the screen sometimes.
Practice
That's
squad
nice.
guys,
People are
man.
giving in for charity.
Yep, there we go.
Practice
We might
squad
reach
guys
the
coming
goal
in.
before the night ends here.
Yeah.
But
It's a cool
Big.
charity too.
Astreas, we're gonna ask you, not only contractors questions. We got some fun ones here to ask you.
No, dude. Whatever you got.
All
bro,
right,
throw it out.
here's one. This one always makes me laugh because everybody knows when a nade gets thrown, I always call it chicky nuggies. Are you a chicky nuggies guy or a chicken fingers guy?
Oh, that's a good
That's a good question. I'm trying to think. I guess chicken nuggets, man, because when I go Chick-fil-A, I'll get like a 30-pack of those.
All right, there's my man right there.
You
Yeah.
go through those.
Yeah.
I like that. Those are good.
Yeah.
It's hard to find good
I
chicken
saved
nuggets.
chicken
I'm not gonna
fingers
lie.
until you said that.
It is
Dude,
hard
my
to find.
favorite thing to do is to go to chicken, because here in San Antonio, that's where I'm from in Texas, right? And so like, there's like everything on every corner, and it's right next to the other thing, like in a lot of places. You know what I mean? Like, because the
Must be
population
nice.
density is so high. So like right out of our like housing, whatever the hell, HOA stuff, right across the street we have a Buffalo Wild Wings and a Chick-fil-A right next to each other. I'll go grab a 30-pack of chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, and then I'll go over to frickin' Wild Wings and I'll get the Asian Zing sauce like in a bottle. Then I'll like make my own chicken wings with Chick-fil-A nuggets and frickin' Asian Zing sauce, man, and it's so good. It's like the best wings you can get, like boneless.
That is
so. Okay,
see now,
that's
see
a
without
right
the
there.
That's
a life tip.
A move. I'm not gonna lie.
See, yeah, that you know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You. Oh, we have another donation. Juice again.
Juice, bro.
Oh,
Getting his
Juice.
name
There
out
we
there.
go. Nice
There you
one,
go, bro.
Juice.
Yeah.
Who's crack?
Oh, he's just rocking it right there. But see how without the podcast, how will we know that Estrellas likes chicken nuggies with zing sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings? See, you don't have time when you're getting shot in game by him to
That's
ask him,
such a good
hey,
move.
what kind of chicken
Because
nuggets
they're
do you
always
like?
close to each other.
You know, this is the fun part about it, right? We're gonna get to know the players, right? Because we've all played with each other for
Yeah.
so long, right? I've played with Estrellas for a long time. I love watching his YouTube videos. Anybody out there, don't forget, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Has
That'd be
lots of
huge. That'd be
fun
huge.
content on his channel, right? Jump on there and watch him
Helpful
play.
content.
If you ever get a chance, play live with him on there. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
got a great lobby. It's always a sweaty lobby when you're streaming. It's like, geez, so sweaty.
Yeah, man. I want to ask, like, do you always play with the tactical vest on?
No, I do that for the stream. I mean, I think, when I was looking at getting it, I do a lot of research, right? Like on everything that I do and try to learn all the ins and outs and intricacies of things. It's just the way my brain works and processes things. So, like when I was looking at like big streamers like Doc and some of those other guys from Flat Screen Gaming, I'm like, what's their thing that makes them entertaining to watch? What makes people come back and want to continue to watch them? What makes them recognizable if you just ran into Doc randomly and had no idea who he kind of was? You would kind of know from his outfit, like, oh, okay, that's Doc or whatever, this 6'8" giant with a red tack vest on with nothing on it, right? So it's kind of like, I want to have my own little niche thing that I do. But the other thing I was looking at too with flat screen gaming, all you see is like people's faces. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, to me, boring to have somebody's face sitting there and their cheeks move every now and then. And every now and then they look at the camera and be like, what the hell just happened or whatever. So with VR streaming, you are your controller, so to speak, right? Like your body's mechanics come into play. So when I was going to green screen my body, I was like, I don't want to just be standing there in like a t-shirt and jeans or whatever, because it's so much more part of the game. I wanted to fit in with the genre that I was playing. So I looked at the Contractors stuff, and it's the Coyote Tan, which is exactly what I wear when I'm in my military uniform. And so I was like, dude, like I have everything just to throw it on and play with it on. Now I take my plates out. It's like being in that gear in front of the green screen
With
lights
plates.
is hot.
Yeah.
That's hot. It gets, a little miserable after 3 or 4 hours of streaming, but that's why I do it. It just kind of fits the genre, fits the game a little bit better. So.
That helmet you added, that is sick. I don't know. I already said it to you, but like, if you guys haven't seen that, like, this helmet, like,
yeah. So the funny
right
thing
into the quest.
the funny thing was I got a large airsoft helmet, is what it was, and
F18 Power has just donated. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the donations out here.
Thank you, F18 Power.
Crazy.
Welcome to the
Thank
game.
you so much. $40 donation. That's awesome. Into a good cause, guys, for sure. But I took an airsoft helmet and just put it on there, and it fit right over the top of my Bobo VR M2 Pro. And the other thing I really liked about it is I drilled a hole in the back, so my Quest Link cable, because I play Links,
that makes
goes
it
right out the back in the dead center versus
That's
pulling
sick.
off of one side.
We have another donation, an anonymous donation.
donation.
Another donation. Fall uniform.
Very nice.
Dude,
Oh man, that was a big one. I think
Okay,
it
guys,
was
we
filled
made.
tomorrow.
I believe we've already reached our goal. We have another donation. The boss. So we have passed. We've passed. I believe the goal. Just kind of look. Yes, we have passed the goal.
255,
Yes.
250.
Make it even bigger now.
So just so everybody knows, we will be talking about this charity. Little Grim will talk more about this charity. I know you guys see the link here. Thank you all for the donations. We love everybody donating here. Great community donating. The goal you see, we just set it low. This was more of a startup for us on the charity. So we're going to blast right by. There it is. I think it's just been updated. We're going to go for a $500 goal right now. We didn't think it was going to, I guess, pop up this fast.
Yeah, not at all.
So,
we literally just put it on it.
We were actually contemplating
even for this. It's for our charity tournament we're going to put on. So
we'll talk about the charity tournament when Estrellas is in between guests. So after Estrellas is off and the next guest comes in, we will actually, since, we might as well talk about it since everybody is really interested in this charity tournament. So we'll definitely talk about it. But
you could cover the go-karts, the tellies and the computers for the kids. I don't know if everybody's looked at the link and stuff. It's a great cause.
Grief just donated.
Like a computer stand.
Shout out to Scar fam.
Yeah.
15.5 tier 1 subs.
Oh, we got.
That's a very good cause.
There we go. Thank you so much, everybody.
Dude, when kids are in hospitals and they got nothing community. Kids are in hospitals and they got nothing to do. You give them dude, it's sick. It's like a little gaming cart, and you can just play whatever you want, and just kind of.
It's super awesome. I mean, I've worked in hospitals a lot through the military and stuff, and the pediatric wards and stuff. You go by, and the kids are just kind of sitting there, and it's for them. They don't have any other life experience to go off of, so it just pulls at your heartstrings. So. Freaking phenomenal.
Morale does a lot for people's health.
To distract that moment of pain or whatever it may be. So
it's pretty cool actually when you see that setup that they bring in. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to actually click on the link. It's not like they're just bringing in, hey, here's a TV and an Xbox, let's say, for example, right? This is a full setup that they're rolling in and bringing into that kid's room. And if you're in a hospital and you're just staring at a TV or a wall all day long, and this person rolls in this cart, you know what I mean? You're going to be smiling ear to ear for whatever amount of time you're in there, right? So it is actually a really great charity, and we're excited that everybody is donating. But let's get back to Estrellas here. Got another one for you. So, we got another donation. There we go. Pen Daddy. Oh, big donation there by Pen Daddy.
Ooh,
$100.
Nice.
And
it's on fire.
Dirty dog.
I know that you are the captain of one of the rogue teams, and I always get them confused. I know you got the playing cards and all of them, and I always get them messed up because they all look the same, and there's very small difference between the logos. But when you do your practices, because I know this is what a lot of people watching the stream, this is the nitty gritty they want to get into and know about, especially new players and everything. Like when you're with your team practicing, right? Let's say it's a Monday night, you guys have a practice. What does your team do for practices? Are you guys working drills, strategies? What do you guys focus as a team on in a practice?
I mean, most of the time it depends on how many guys we have, but lately we've had 10 plus every practice or whatever amongst the different teams. So I don't know how it is for Havoc or Outcast or any of you guys that have other teams or other branches of the organization or whatever, but Rogue, we keep everything very, very internal, and we
holy smokes,
very, very tight knit.
Asanon just donated. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna. Everybody knows. I'm just gonna. Oh, we have another one.
50.
Another donation.
Just going.
Okay, we're gonna need that goal. Can we just?
You're gonna have to bump it up.
Can we just bump that goal up?
Dang, we already bumped.
Can we just break that goal and just put $5,000 on there so we don't have to keep changing it?
We're making this big.
What?
We've reached the next goal already. $500 already.
Make it 1,000.
Yeah,
1,000.
Let's just go for it.
I say make it 1,000. Let people go for it. Because if you put a goal too far out, it's kind of oh, we're not gonna reach it. But
people,
people busting through
hype
it.
Train too. I don't know if you guys just
and we have a hype train going on. Everywhere is just popping off. Everybody, everybody in the chat, everybody around. Big thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts here. We didn't actually think this was gonna go this crazy and stuff like that. We were just gonna sit here and just have conversations with all these amazing players. But yeah, so back to Estrellas telling us about how he practices with his squads.
Yeah, so I mean, we keep everything internal, and it's a point of contention amongst the community because people get frustrated with me or whatever with not scrimming and stuff like that. And this season's more interesting with the challenge system. So we had a challenge match today that we accepted. and stuff. So we'll see how that continues to play out. But I mean, we do different stuff. You know, we've done you know, grenade stuff. We've done route stuff to get out of spawn locks and stuff like that, and kind of have a little bit of knowledge of things that, you know, some of our more veteran players will say, hey, look at this spot I figured out to cap from or whatever. And so, but yeah, I mean, we just play a lot internally, and I point out a lot of stuff for the guys, and I always tell them to challenge me too if they see me do something stupid. But a lot of it's just like kind of one-on-one coaching when we're playing. Like, hey man, you know, I call it the full send yeet, you know, like the Bono style move when you just go flying out from one side of a doorway into the middle of catwalk or whatever, you know, like a lot of times now, you know, that gets you caught up and your recoil increases and stuff like that. So we just go through and play and let people make mistakes, and then we coach it as we go, you know, and so that's a lot of it.
Well, we had a match against you guys I think it was last week. Something like that, last week, the week before. And you know what? I think you were the first team we played against that actually did that in lobby, where you told all your players, guys, stop the recordings, restart the recordings, because I don't think people realize if you can do one long continuous record, it does kind of slow your headset down. And you reminded all your guys, hey, stop recording, start recording again,
Quest?
right? Yeah, on Quest.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess that would make sense.
Right, instead of having that one long, like, hour long.
Upload speed's a lot faster too, you know. So whenever you're like, hey, let's do this one thing or whatever, and then, you know, or if you know, last season I got accused of spawn killing once, and so our team's policy is for everybody on the team to be recording. One, so we can catch violations not just from one POV but from everybody on the team. Two, if there's any point of contention or anything from the league or other players, everybody has a recording and we can just easily submit it and clear our name, right? Like, so it was just one of those things. Like, I was able to be like, all right, cool, here's game. What game was it? The one that I was on Ridge. Okay, cool. Submitted it. They looked at it, and I was cleared, you know, within 24, 48 hours or whatever, and could move on about my week. So it's just one of those things that we do as an organization, and we keep it, try to keep the files smaller for sure, but also for performance and stuff. But yeah, I think it's just a good, you know, gold standard, whatever you want to call it, to have. So.
And you know what about the recording? Yeah, you definitely want to have everybody, at least a few people, right? I know some, you know, it's hard to get all 5 recording, but you got at least having 3 people at minimum you want to have recording, 4 people. What do you think is a good number? If you can't have everybody, like if everybody doesn't want to record, what would you consider like the minimum number you'd want to have on your team besides like the one person that has to record?
I mean, for me, I'm gonna always strive for 100%, right? Like you aim small, you miss small. Is one of the mottos I like to live life by, right? So I'm gonna always strive to have 100% of the guys recording. And the other thing too, going back to practices and stuff, whenever we have a game that like somebody just absolutely does terrible, right? Like I'll go in one-on-one with them, with any of the rogue guys, right? Because we keep it, like I said, very, very tight knit. I'll go in and watch their POV from the match and break down like everything that I see, like, hey, you should have pushed here and then rotated back to the other side so that he didn't know you were coming that way, or you avoid the frag coming that direction because you were called out or whatever, right? So having those recordings is vital for improving as an organization as well. So I think for me, it's always going to be shoot for 100%, and if somebody's unable to do it, then fine, but that's just the team policy, you know. So
you know what?
It's a sport. I mean, people do that in football, basketball, good VOD review, game review, whatever.
You know, I want to say let's, you know what, Asterius, you know, one last one. You know, I'm gonna throw one last one at you because I did ask Wes, and he kind of he broke my heart there. Coke or Pepsi? Coke or Pepsi?
Oh,
come on!
Oh my God!
Wes broke my heart there.
Definitely,
I got the neutral ground. There's water.
Definitely Coke out of those two. But I don't drink a whole lot of soft drinks. I actually drink Monsters. That's like the only carbonated beverage that I drink.
Is that your drink of choice when you're playing, like you're prepping to play and stuff like that? Is Monsters?
I don't take hardly any caffeine in on game days because you're gonna have adrenaline and a little bit of elevated heart rate anyway, just
from a little jumpy
from the nerves anyway. So adding caffeine to that, I mean, if you really think about, like I said, VR, you're really an athlete, right? So there's a fine limit on having too much in your system and being jittery and missing long range shots, or just having enough to kind of keep you alert and awake. So I drink a Monster in the morning on game days, but then I lay off of it like the rest of the day and just kind of hang out. So, yeah, that's my game. A drink of choice for sure.
People in chat are going crazy about I think Piranha.
Piranha, what's
Piranha?
Piranha's in the house? What's going on?
$100 donation
Is Shane Piranha? I
He
don't know.
was
Either
in
way,
the
someone just
waiting room
donated
earlier.
$100. I think.
Oh, nice.
See it pop.
There, yeah, it's
Unless
just
that was
popping up now.
before.
Yep, there it is. Shane M.
Dang, that's crazy, man. Big shout out to everybody.
Big shout outs there. Well, Astreas, we want to thank you for
happy days.
coming on this podcast.
Have a good,
having a chat with us. I hope you had a fun time with us here.
Cool
You know, definitely, we're gonna have more of these, and we're gonna kind of, maybe bring back Astreas a little later on, and we can ask some more in-depth, deeper questions into the game. But just kind of starting off, just getting to know everybody and seeing, what everybody's different opinion is on the games. But thank you so much for joining us here.
Yeah, of course, gents. Thank you so much for having me. It's been an
Thank
awesome,
you for coming in.
awesome ride, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of this community. So I'm excited because you keep seeing it grow. So thanks a bunch.
Thank you for being here.
Glad to have you part of
Thanks
it.
for joining in.
God bless one, man.
Y'all too.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, and we are going to be bringing in our next guest. Zuko is going to spin the magic wheel.
Okay, what's that? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, picture, tear, by the time. This one. We got Dizzle Dazzle, the Razzle Dazzle.
I know that
Mr.
logo.
Dizzle is in the house.
Are you here, brother? I see the mic
I heard
moving.
him.
I did hear him. Are we having some
you hear me?
tech? Oh,
Yes. Yeah. He just talked.
He's coming. Maybe he's
No, he just
arising
said-
out of the
he said- he
ground.
just
It is
said,
Halloween.
Can you hear me? He's just said,
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can't.
I
You can't hear me?
Oh, there we go. I heard
Oh,
him.
there we
There we
go.
go. I heard him.
Yeah.
Pull through the ether.
There we
There
go.
we go.
What's up, man?
We have
going on,
we
dude?
have him on a little bit of a delay. No, just joking. How are you today? How's it going over there?
Oh, it's going.
It's going.
It's going. Yeah, it's going.
feel
It's
that.
definitely going over
We're all
there.
surviving out here, making this money, getting that bread.
There you go, right?
It's
It's
nice we can all get together for this awesome game.
exactly.
I think everybody's had matches. I think everybody that's on the guest list here, I think had a match today or yesterday, pretty much. They're all
Yeah.
going to be a little tired from their match. You played today, didn't I? I casted your game today, didn't I?
Yep.
I did cast your game. Yep. How did you like Arctic? How did you like Arctic coming back into the game?
I'm not a big fan of that map, to be honest. I mean, one side's definitely favorable than the other one, but it's been off the list since early last season. So I mean, I doubt there's many people that have been practicing that one very often. So.
Yeah, it's a tough one when it's been out for so long. I know this whole week, I think every
the best
practice
we
we
could.
had was like Arctic, nonstop, just at
Same.
least memorizing what it looked like.
Getting those
everyone
call
got a
outs
Long
down.
runs here and there just to warm up for Arctic.
Yep.
I know you guys
Even for just running, it's a great warm up.
just
I mean,
running.
it's all it is.
It's a long run. Yeah, I know you guys had it rough today. You guys had both, like, you guys went from village to cave, back to village. I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
That's
Just
awful.
shoot yourself and start back over again. Just go right back to spawn.
Basically.
I can't. Someone told me today they had four cabin points in one.
Oh
game.
my god.
4 cabins. I don't even know how that's
That's
possible,
crazy.
but like, I'd take your word for it. But that doesn't happen.
It's one of those that's
Yeah,
just
man.
luck of the draw, Hopefully you wish for satellite or you wish for substation, but you never get that. You end up getting you get the cave, and first person whoever gets the cave wins the cave, basically.
Yeah. What you really
Those
want is
4-point
pit.
maps.
We can all mush in and just
Yep.
kill each other where it goes quick.
One
Or
nade
just
takes everybody
play a
out, and
different
everybody's got to
map.
rerun again.
Yeah.
Oh.
We need to have the Call of Duty maps in, or they need to be optimized better because the spawns are kind of whack for.
You know what? Since
Off
Zuko
control.
brought up mod maps, what's your opinions on these mod maps? Mike's like, I love Mike. He's a great guy. He's been putting the hours in making these mod maps. What's your like
legend.
opinion on mod maps or even these mod loadouts? Like, are you a fan of them? Don't like them? They're just for fun. What do you think of them?
I like the mod maps. You know, a lot of them were like some of the old games, old Call of Duty games and things like that I used to play growing up. So it's like a nice little bit of nostalgia to be actually get in there and play it again. You know, like those Modern Warfare 2 maps or, you know, World at War, things I used to play a long time ago. Spent way too many hours into the evening and early morning drinking beer and playing those things. So nice. It's nice to get in there.
But you don't want to see them. You only want to keep them in the pub lobbies, or do you want to see them moving into like, you know, leagues and like tournaments? Like what are you thinking like going forward, right? Oh, we got another donation there.
I think it'd be nice to get some of the mod maps in there. I mean, it's nice to play some of the, you know, have some mod maps in there for the DubCity tournament.
Yeah, we always have them here at DubCity. We always have a lot of mod maps. Changes up a little bit of the scenery, right?
People. Changes up the dynamic too. Yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Even just throwing domination in a tournament.
It hits home.
Yeah.
People played those growing up.
Exactly.
Keep it fresh.
Relive it.
People.
Like, I remember in high school, like saving up for get triple wander so I could play Skyrim over everything.
Oh,
and
Skyrim.
Now you can legit play all this in VR, like
you're
really there. Now we can really be shooting, doing Spec Ops missions, going through around the doorway. There's an enemy over there. Just throw grenades. Smoke this. I need cover. It's awesome. What a time.
What's your all-time favorite game? Like outside VR, you know, just like you can right now pick it up. You'd play it right now.
Oh, there's quite a few. You know, I loved the old original Halo game. That was awesome. I played that a lot. You know,
classic.
Metal Gear Solid. Those were all really good ones. And then, you know, the early CODs. You know, like Modern Warfare.
What was your favorite Call of Duty?
Modern Warfare 2, I think, probably my favorite one.
Modern Warfare 2, nice.
Before they started hacking.
Were really sparked with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before they started hacking, yeah.
Or the people, one-man army, danger close. All they ever had to do was update it where it didn't replenish explosives, but nope, never happened. Just have people camping, just using the underbarrel grenade launcher all the time.
Yep.
But still, it's nice looking back to those memories.
Ziggy Beats said I pretty much give up consoles for VR. That's pretty much what happened to me.
Oh, yeah, I haven't touched my Xbox or I haven't touched nothing of those things. They're all sitting right behind me in a cupboard.
Yeah. I sold my GameCube the other day when I was a kid.
Oh,
console? Really? What's that?
Oh, yeah. Never gonna touch it again.
Mario Brothers. Someone's rocking in Mario Brothers. There we go. Someone's calling for Mario Brothers. Actually, I didn't know how old or young you were. If you're gonna throw out, I like playing Super Mario 1 or not.
Yeah, the Super Mario ones. Those are big.
Any game that does not have a save option is my favorite game. If you got to run that thing out in one pass, that's my type of game right there. When you played Super Mario 1 and you have that one life. And you gotta clear that game, and that before you end that night, it's like your mom's yelling at you to go to bed, and you're like, I want to finish. I'm so close. Those are my games.
I don't think have the patience for that now.
You don't have the patience.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I'd probably get mad and give up after a while. Even Super Meat Boy play something like that, and I'll be like, oh.
Did you guys ever play? Anybody ever remember Chrono Trigger? You guys are too young. You guys are too young for Chrono Trigger, right? Oh, that was a wicked game, Chrono Trigger.
Donkey Kong pissed me off.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
That was an OG one. That was so fun.
Oh, Donkey Kong! Everybody hated that person.
Like Mega Man. Those games made me mad.
I still about them.
Dizzle, are you?
Still have them?
Oh, you still have them? Wait, you still have them?
I still have the working systems.
I
pop in the cartridges, man.
Oh, so you remember blowing in those cartridges back in the day then to get them working?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think anybody nowadays will understand the trouble we had to go through. If anybody remembers playing the golden cartridge of Zelda on Nintendo, where you literally had to blow into that thing like 5 times before it would even start. I don't know if Wes, Zuko, you might be a little young for that one. Yeah, way before your time there. People in the chat.
Bring it to VR, I'll play it.
Anybody in the chat remember that? Just write in the chat if you remember blowing into the cartridges of Nintendo.
I do remember they did recommend against blowing against it, but it's like it's wrong. You're wrong.
If
it works. I remember it worked for like the Game Boy Advance games too, like Game Boy Color games.
Oh,
those
yeah,
cartridges. It would work for those.
There we go. I found somebody as old as me. Verndog is in there. Lon is there. See, all the old guys are in the chat still. Oh.
Pen Daddy said Pong?
There we go. Get some Pong going.
Dude, that game is competitive.
Oh, you get two people going at it. Hey, there's always going to be a winner and a loser no matter what game you play. So you're always going to have a competition at anything. Dizzle, let me ask you. Are you a dog or a cat person?
Ooh.
Oh, definitely a dog guy. I got 2 dogs.
Nice. What kind of dogs do you have?
Yeah. What kind of dogs?
One is a Terrier Labrador mix. They're basically mutts. And then the other puppy we just adopted, found her in a parking lot.
Oh, dang.
She
Who would just leave their dog like that?
She was 3 weeks old when we found her.
Oh, wow.
So she was a tiny little puppy. But she's
a little baby angel.
She's a little bit of a boxer and terrier mix.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, sounds cute.
All right, what's the names of the puppies?
One's Luna.
Okay,
and the other one is Demi because she is a devil.
Hammer? Or what would you say?
Demi.
She get into stuff.
I thought you said Hammer.
Hammer.
Yeah.
We got Thor. We got Thor over here. It's Hammer.
Mjolnir.
What does she do?
Oh my god, it's killing me. Do you play any other games besides? Because I only bought the Quest for Contractors. Really, realistically, that's why I bought Quest. Is when Contractors first had come out. I got that. I don't have any really other games. I think Beat Saber is the only other game. Do you have anything else on your Quest besides Contractors? Do you play?
Not regularly. I mean, Contractors is pretty much the main thing I play anymore. I've got a bunch of games on there that I've played and beat, but I just haven't gone back to them since. Especially now with training for competition and everything. It's pretty much Contractors all day.
So no VR fishing to make you relaxed over there.
I do play VR. I do have that real fishing VR game. That's pretty relaxing.
I've played that VR. I don't know if you guys, Wes, Zuko, Grim, have played that real fishing VR. It actually is relaxing. Like, you just literally sit there and just chill out and just, you cast out and you're really, I know it's not real, but it feels real. You're just kind of just fishing away. If you got a few buddies, they just pop in and you're just chilling out with your buddies there all side by side. And you're just like, hey, look what I just caught. I beat you. My fish is bigger than yours. Again, goes right back to competition.
That's why
I tell you what.
I thought walkabout mini golf was going to be like that, but after a while.
Walkabout mini golf. Oh, God.
I like
walkabout. Not be relaxing.
That is not relaxing at all. There's a few people I will not play with anymore. Well, I'll still play with them, but I'm like, you're hustling me. Don't tell me you're like the first time player here. They're just coming out and just whooping butt. I'm like, wait, how did you just get like 4 hole-in-ones? I'm still like trying to hit my 3rd shot here. But there's actually some really crazy court. Have you played the Labyrinth one?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that is
cool.
That's
awesome.
That's a wicked one to play.
They just came out with a new one too. I haven't played that one. It's like deep sea, under the ocean.
Deep sea diver.
I do like how they keep updating it with new like golf maps and stuff like that, and they make it fun and keep it entertained, right? Like it's always something new you want. Do you collect the golf balls when you're playing it?
Yeah.
I always hunt for the golf balls in that game.
You can also get clubs.
Yes, I've heard you can. You can get clubs.
Dude.
See, it's all those little side things people don't actually ever see, right?
Because how else are you going to get people to play the game over and over? You got to have something, like some kind of like goal or something.
It's tantalizing.
Dizzle, how long have you been playing Contractors for?
Oh, probably 2 years now.
Oh, so you're like an OG like player there.
Yeah, I was playing for a while.
You remember playing in the beginning?
Type deal?
What's that, Wes?
Wait, when is that? When did Kowloon Town come out? Like 20...
No, Kowloon Town that's already 2nd edition. We only had Dust Town, Arctic, and I think we had Factory was part of the beginning set.
2020
Prison.
was Quest released, right?
Somewhere around 2020, I believe. End of 2019. It was like Christmas time, I think, is when Contractors really came. Was it like around Christmas time?
That's when I got into it. It was right around when Onward released on Quest.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I still remember like we're talking about the mod maps. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, we're playing Terminal all over again." And I try to tell these young kids, I'm like, we only had 4 maps when this game first came out. We only had like
Dude,
TDM, you know, and I remember playing TDM with Wes, right? And it's just like, that's all we played, Dust Town, TDM. That was like everybody's favorite map was Dust Town. And we played that over and over and over. And now it's like,
it's just cool just being in VR.
Yeah.
oh,
Now there's so many things you can play.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
just all these crazy loadouts.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to find the normal maps. It's like
Oh yeah, man.
you
With
had
the
to like
mod maps
stumble
and
in. You're like,
everything.
oh, I know everybody in here. Okay, cool. Dude,
Yeah.
let's rip some games, I guess.
Oh.
What's your favorite thing about Contractors that like keeps you coming back and then keeps it your main game?
I just like the run and gun style of it. You know.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
that mimics that
Same.
style well, and I like it.
Just so fluid.
Yeah.
And that last update
Dude,
too.
it's
I mean, it's
so
like 3
fluid.
games in one.
Oh, that last
There you
update,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. I think
Dude,
Pavlov got a lot of attention because it was the first like big one that looked cool. But I mean, now, man, gotta give it
don't
to
know.
Contractors.
I've tried playing some other ones. Nothing feel like, maybe it's just because I'm used to the game, but like nothing feels as fluid and like the the way you grab things. Like I don't know. It's probably just because I'm used to it, but it's I don't know.
I've tried.
It's gonna be interesting how they incorporate like the climbing aspect now. Like if like the next maps they start to roll out, they're gonna have stuff where maybe if you put in the time, you can climb somewhere and get like a crucial vantage point.
I've punched my roof a few times trying to climb some ladders.
Forward.
I punched my roof doing anything. Throwing a grenade.
Have you broken a TV yet, Dizzle? Come on, everybody. I think everybody's broken something in their house. VR is a dangerous sport.
Yeah, Grim, what was...
Grim just broke his TV, actually.
Yeah, Grim just broke his, like, 50...
Hey, I thought you were saying that intentionally.
Oh, man. Everybody in the chat, throw out, what have you broken out? Oh, we have another donation there. Whoa! Peter Parker dropping a $200 donation.
Nice.
Peter!
Big shout out Peter Parker.
I think that might be...
Thank you, man.
That's payback for all the people he stabbed
SKS.
or panned over the years. That's a little payback, you know. He's got to get some redemption there. I know I've been on the opposite end of his pans and his stabbing, and it's just like, oh my god, how do you move so fast?
He's a mortar man too. He lands those
That's what I was
grenades.
doing last night. I was using the melee and punched the telly.
Oh,
So, I landed
Which
on the
melee
floor.
weapon? Were you using the pan?
It's probably why I got
Pan that
destroyed.
TV?
Knife.
the knife.
A normal knife. I threw it at the TV.
And you know when you hit the TV too. You know, like you're just like, oh crap, I hit the TV. It's like,
Oh man,
It's
that
weird.
that
You
sound.
still have the headset on. You're like, oh. You just
The
lift
telly
up,
was.
you're like,
I felt the tip of the telly hit me in the ankles as it fell.
oh, you
I
actually
felt
knocked it
was
right
like-
off.
You knocked it over.
Oh,
It went backwards, hit the wall, and then came forward.
oh, you really hit that sucker. Oh man, you full throttled that TV.
At least
I
you
think it didn't
KO'd
like
it.
break a
You
toe
didn't-
or something.
Oh, it was bad.
At least you didn't like knock out a corner of it. And it was like half broken. You
Yeah, he went for
KO'd
it. It's either go big or go home.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, that is
Actually,
just
it was
crazy.
it was intentional the whole time, wasn't it?
Just
You were
wanted a new
gaming
TV.
too hard.
No, he wanted a
You
new
had to get
TV.
some of the ferocity. Yeah. You gotta upgrade. You gotta have a reason. You gotta have a good reason.
Caveman Studios just gave me a telly, I believe. It was while I was playing Contractors.
I actually wonder how
So
many
lost it.
emails get sent in being like, I broke my TV because I was trying to throw a knife. Is there any insurance on this?
The vacuum and that kid.
Oh,
Yeah, did you see the one above that? It says, Pen Daddy hit his hotel TV.
That's awesome.
oh.
I would have just tried to replace
Oh.
it with another one that you see
That's
a door open.
hilarious.
Maybe they're cleaning it
Yeah,
out.
Oh,
That's
King
awesome.
Louis
Replace it, you're
destroyed
like,
a ceiling fan. Keep
Wait,
them
what?
coming, guys. We love hearing how crazy you can get in VR. Like Dizzle, when you first started putting, like you put that
Yeah,
headset
put
on
my
for the
hand
very
in the ceiling
first time,
fan.
you know, you put that thing on and you're kind of like walking around. Did you ever get that feeling like when you started making your character run, like you're gonna do a mad dash?
There's definitely been when I first got it a couple times where you get really into it and you want to run in real life. You know what I mean? Like you want to do that move. You know.
Oh.
So
We'll probably have that someday. A really good like perfect kind of. Well,
no, you can get the
I don't know
treadmill.
how big,
You can get the
perfect kind of
treadmill.
trackpad.
You get that. There's the treadmill out there that you can strap in, and if you really want to get that
Yeah, but
workout,
I will not be restrained. It has to be no straps.
The catwalk?
Like some cameras.
Dude,
yeah, like a free range catwalk that can move in any directions. That somehow can keep you in the center no matter what speed you run at. Like that's what we need.
you're gonna
That's the
have
right
like
there.
calves of steel if you do that. Just play
Oh
Contractors.
yeah, that'd be really good practice.
I've played with Dizzle a lot of times at night and stuff like that, and during the day. I think he's on probably just as long as I am. He's gonna have calves of steel by the time he'd be done. Like, even Zuko, I see you online. Like we're always online. It's like we eat, sleep, drink Contractors, right? We're always you can find any one of us playing this
Once
game,
you start
right?
playing, you're in.
Yeah, and you
don't need anything else.
No, I can't. If I was running, I'd have to stop. I'd have to take breaks like every few hours and be like, I just ran a marathon. Like literally just ran a marathon playing Contractors here. Got to take a little bit of a breather. But do you have any advice for anybody out there that's new or getting into Contractors? You know, any kind of words of wisdom? You know, kind of keep them going because people do get like you get beaten down. You go into a lobby and let's say Zuko or Wes or yourself is in there and you're throwing up big numbers, right? Like 30s, 40s, right? And you're just pounding on pub players and stuff like that, and it happens. It's not like we do it intentionally. It does happen, and they can get upset because you do kind of throw a little bit of a pounding on them. Any words to kind of keep them like coming back to play so they don't get discouraged from it?
Yeah, it gets easier. I mean, when you first get into the game, there's a bit of an adjustment period. It took me a long time to get used to just the flow and everything, because when I first started, I had a little bit of a motion sickness thing. So,
oh yeah,
a lot of people have
that.
That's
a big thing for a lot of players.
Yeah.
You just got to get in there.
Legs.
Get in there and get used to it. Get
like getting in a cold pool.
Yep.
You just got to fight through the pain is what I usually tell people. I'm like, it will get better. Everybody, I think all of us when we first started playing, we had to go through that like. I call it like going through hell and you got to come out the other side, right? I think we all got killed like hundreds and hundreds of times, right? Like you just got to keep fighting through, right? It's like any sport you play, right?
Practice. You'll get better over time.
You got to put the hours in. If you had to guess, if you had to like kind of guess it out, how many hours do you think you probably put into this game?
Holy
Does
crap.
that tell you on Quest?
Quest actually doesn't tell you. Steam tells you.
It doesn't tell you.
What?
Yeah, I wish there was like an option where you can kind of click in and say like,
how is that not a thing?
Yeah, if you side quest it, maybe you can kind of look into it, but there is no general. All you have is your in-game like damage dealt and how many games you've played.
I need something like the old Xbox 360.
Dude, those two numbers on my thing do not equal the match's total play.
So you have to. So if you look at them, Wes, when that last update came out, you got to add the wins and losses together to actually get your proper games played. So when that update came out, it kind of messed up the counts, but your total damage dealt never got changed. So
no, I think
that one actually should have stayed the same. Yeah.
Interesting.
If everything's wonky now.
I had something in my head.
I had a 3.9 KD. Now it's 1.1 because it's been.
Well, you play.
Been walked out.
Just play some Star Wars. You won't have a KD. It'll drop down to like 0.4.
Yeah, I think my KD is still stuck at a point like 3 from the update.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you do for fun?
I hope they change it soon though, because it is nice how it's laid out, especially how you can see other people's stats. Like in Black Ops 1, you can check other people's player cards and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a cool feature. Just hope it gets refreshed soon.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest features is that shooting range in the starting thing. I don't know about you guys.
Man, I started using it a lot
come on,
more
Wes.
now.
You know you missed the old school. This will probably like me. You missed the old school lobby. Remember the old lobby? The pit. Remember the pit?
Lobby.
Who doesn't remember that pit?
Oh, with the basketball courts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot that existed.
Where you would jump in a pit, and if a young kid, like a 12-year-old, had control of it, we'd be waiting for like 7 minutes for that person to get kicked out, and they're just like, oh, we have another donation in here. Velocity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Velocity.
You know, jumping in that pit, and we literally like 1v1 in those pits, and everybody's jumping in there and just, guys, let's knife fight in the pit.
They need to bring back the pit.
Oh, that pit was so. You know what? And you know what made it fun?
Either bring bring back the thing either without the pit or just basketball courts, but just like
put everybody together.
Like the social aspect.
Yes.
Like
yeah, it was so cool.
That was the best part, and you can see everybody kind of grouped together. So like the little young kids, they would kind of group together and be on one section. The older guys would kind of be in the middle, right? And then you just had like everybody else just kind of just chilling out together, right? Like you kind of could see like all the groups, and they would. It's interesting because you'd pass through a group, and one group might be talking sports, the other group over there is talking like strategies. You got another group who's just kind of like just chilling out, just having a good time, throwing basketballs. Then we found, remember the way to get the gun from the pit into the basketball court?
Yep.
You guys remember? You couldn't do that, and then we figured a way. You had to throw the gun through the door.
Throw it. Yeah.
Oh,
awesome.
You're always going to find a way to get a gun through a door. It's like, what do you mean I can't bring my gun into my basketball pit? No, we'll find a way to get it there.
Do what I want.
I'm gonna throw a gun out there. Oh,
Yeah.
Dizzle, what do you do for fun outside of Contractors? Like when you're not playing Saturday afternoon, what's fun for you?
Oh, I do a lot of woodworking type stuff in my free time.
Woodworking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I like this podcast that we're putting together, right? Because has anybody ever asked you in game,
Man, it's
hey
a carpenter.
Dizzle, what do you do for fun? You know what I mean? Like nobody ever asks it. The questions everybody always asks in game is like, hey, what loadout to use? What gun should I use? You know, where should I go? Where should I run? How about ask me what's my favorite food? What do I like to do?
They never ask a man how you doing.
Yeah. You know? Like,
sometimes a brother just wants a helping hand.
Yeah.
Just ask me how I'm doing.
You know?
Nobody asks.
Nobody ever asks, you know, like, hey,
I'm doing okay.
Did you have a good dinner? You know, like, well, what was for dinner? Right? Like, hey, Dizzle, what was for dinner today?
Let's see. Tonight we had some soup and some grilled cheese.
Ooh, nice. Grilled cheese.
There you go.
Nice.
What kind of cheese? What kind of cheese?
Let's see. There's some Gouda cheese in there.
Oh, wow.
Some cheese.
Oh,
There's like
Gouda cheese.
So you went for like a real good grilled cheese. I thought you were going to say some like crafts. Well, okay, I'm in Canada, so we call it craft singles. I think you guys call it American cheese in the U.S. You know those little singles, the cheeses that are just wrapped in like a plastic wrap type of thing. They're single served. I think you guys call them American slice or whatever. We call them craft here in Canada. So that's what most people throw in their grilled cheeses. But going Gouda, way to go, man! That's
upper echelon level stuff right there.
That must have dipped in that
is
soup.
Exquisite.
Just dipping it in the soup right there, you know. Okay, did you make the grilled cheese though?
I did not.
Oh,
who did it? Was it Mrs. Dizzle?
Mrs. Dizzle made
Mrs.
that
Dizzle
one.
got that.
Nice.
So that's why there was Gouda in it. That's why there was Gouda.
Oh, man, my girl's the same way. I'll be having just beans in a can if it wasn't for her.
You'd be just living right off the beans in a
ranch
can.
style beans, dude. That's all I need. Heat it over a stove.
Oh, some ramen.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. They keep you. She keeps you alive, is what it is. She looks over and like, no, he's gonna. No, I know what he's gonna eat. Let me make him something good.
He's gonna go for that craft.
Oh, King Louis calling out Señorita Dizzle making the food. Everybody's loving the beans in a can. There's Canadian Plumber. Yep, I'm in Toronto.
I tell you what, brother.
Wait, if you're in Canada,
Ranch style beans.
I'm in Toronto, home of the 416. Go Raptors, go.
That means you have Lay's ketchup.
Yes, we do, and we have all dressed.
What?
All dressed.
What is that?
Have you not heard of all dressed chips?
Canada? Dude, I have a buddy in Canada, and he sent me a bag of Lay's ketchup chips.
You want me to send you some ketchup chips, Wes? I'll send you some ketchup chips.
Dude,
I gotta try this too. Let me get on this.
Mind blowing.
You've never. Wait, are you telling me you guys don't? Wait, do you guys in the U.S. not have ketchup chips for real?
No,
maybe we do, but I've never tried.
Oh, and we don't have. Dude, I know you guys have Pringles too.
Yes, we do.
That have ketchup.
So all our Pringles are flavored.
So good. I can't stand how we don't have that.
So think of like ketchup. Ketchup you put on your burger. It's covered in chips. Your fingers are red, like you're licking your fingers when you're done.
Okay.
Like your fingers are not coming out dry.
Is it like a dust?
It's
like
a dust.
Cheeto or like hot chips?
Think of like a barbecue. Like you guys have barbecue chips, right? Like barbecue stuff. Same idea.
Yeah,
but
over here in U.S. we have some poor man commodities, but we don't. I guess we don't have this
heavily dressed in ketchup like seasoning.
It sounds like it'll taste disgusting, dude.
It's actually like one of the number one flavors in Canada. It's ketchup chips.
I know it is because it's.
That sounds awesome. I love ketchup.
So good.
I love tomatoes.
We also have all dressed chips here, which is think of taking every chip flavor and putting it into one chip. We have that as well. That is just blows. When you take a bite out of it, you're like, I don't know about this, but then it just kind of hits you, and you're like, oh, this is like off the chain right now. But yeah, I'll send you guys some ketchup chips if you want. I'll put on the label of TSA. America needs to taste ketchup chips.
Please don't steal them.
Please don't steal them.
Don't steal them.
Please don't steal my ketchup
like
chips.
To eat them.
Oh, Dizzle, you know what? I want to thank you for being on the show here. We're going to get you back on here so we can get to know you some more. I bet you everybody now is going to ask you in-game, hey, Dizzle, what'd you have for dinner? You know, next time you guys see him out there, guys, girls, everybody in the chat, ask Dizzle what he had for dinner.
Yo, Dizzle,
did you have bring me dinner.
Gouda.
How thick are the slices of grilled cheese, you know? You got to get that proportion going.
Yeah. Exactly a quarter inch.
You know what? Grilled cheese is like a science, okay? Because you can make like a burnt grilled cheese with not enough cheese in it, or it's just going to be like a gooey mess.
Put butter in the pan.
Oh, yeah. You got to put that butter in there. Little garlic in there with it. We're getting into a cooking show now. We're going from podcast to cooking. Look, he's a woodworking man. Even King Louis saying he's a woodworking man. So, actually, before you go, so King Louis will know. Woodworking, are you just doing like as a hobby? You know, what are you building when you're woodworking? Like, are you building like furniture?
Boat. A little bit of everything.
You know, boat.
Like house projects and stuff like that.
Boat.
Nice.
Wait, did you actually say?
That's
Did Dizzle say a boat, or was that somebody else that said a boat?
That was me. That was me.
Because that would have been the best right there. He's building a boat.
It just made me think of NCIS.
Oh yes,
like
yes, he's building the boat in the basement,
and I'd visit.
and then he breaks it and rebuilds it all the time.
Spoilers.
What do you mean spoilers?
You ruined it.
He says it every time someone asks him why you building a boat.
Oh man.
But Dizzle, you know what? We want to say thank you for being on here. You're an amazing guest to have on. Thank you so much for being here. We'll have you back on. Everybody, we're gonna see Dizzle in lobbies. You know,
killers.
There we go.
Have a good one, brother.
Have a good one.
All right, later, guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Okay, I think we have the next one ready. He gave the.
Actually, before we jump on there, before we jump them in, Grim, do you want to talk a little bit? I know we kind of said we were going to talk about the charity, and everybody seems to be loving the charity. And thank you again, everybody, for all the donations. Do you want to just give a little talk about or update as to what and why this charity and what is actually happening with this charity that people are donating for?
Yeah.
We're planning the charity event at the moment. We're hoping to have it run through November, December, January. We're currently working on rules and formats and promo images and stuff. We've secured a decent prize pool that we're currently sort of negotiating. There's going to be some a cash prize pool and some merchandise and stuff, but we're not completely sure of all the ins and outs of that. But we're hoping to hopefully finalise things in about a week. It'll be a week or so, and then we can start releasing information and stuff.
Do you want to give them a little insight as to what kind of games are they going to be expecting? Like what kind of game modes and stuff like that, or like what kind of loadout? Or are we going to keep that a secret from everybody?
Well, I'm not sure what to release at the moment, but it's going to be some different game modes, maps, mods. So
it's going to be pretty sick.
So it's a charity tournament. I mean,
it's a charity tournament. You know,
we're adding some fun in there, a lot of fun elements. So there'll definitely be some different stuff in there.
The one we've had going on right now has been great. Just the normal season tournament. First season went great. The charity tournament's going to be even better.
Oh yeah.
We do hope to as well. We're hoping to have that pro league as well as soon as the website's ready. Developers are sort of working on that side of things, so we hope to have the website for like the league and stuff like that, and then in server it's going to be more fun events, 1v1, 3v3, charity events. So it'll be sort of the pros will be on the website with the league and stuff. So we're sort of working on that.
Perfect. So everybody just knows that this charity is actually, it's a really good cause. It is for Children's Hospital, where they have, I hope everybody can take a few seconds to just look at the link and kind of just see what it's about. But to give you a little quick thing, we talked about it actually a little while ago. This charity builds these carts, per se, like little carts with gaming consoles and headsets and stuff like that, where they wheel into children's hospitals. They're easy to clean, so nurses, they don't have to disinfect like all these cables and everything. It's very easy for them to disinfect, and they can roll them around to different kids' rooms and beds, and the kids can have a little bit of real life, basically. We got another donation in there. Thank you so much, Fall. And it's all for the kids, right? Like, it's not a charity. All charities are great, but anytime it's for children's hospitals, it's just we all love giving to it, and anything to make the kids happy.
It was all about There's a lot
of sadness in the world. It's nice to bring some happiness.
It's really gamer related as well, so it touches.
Yeah, and it's all it goes right into exactly. Contractors, great game.
We all know how that does. Like, you play games.
Yeah, it takes the games take your mind off of the whole world, right? You focus in. You don't have to worry about what your sickness is or why you're in the hospital, right? Some kids can be there for years at a time in a hospital, giving them maybe a couple hours a day to play, Contractors, for example, or any type of game, right? Can put a huge smile on their face. So that's why we want to try and raise as much money as possible for the charity. Maybe get a couple carts built there, on behalf of DubCity and every wonderful person on the stream that's donating here. You guys are the ones actually donating and putting the work in, right? Thank you so much, everybody on the stream here.
Yeah, incredible. And
we didn't actually, honestly, we didn't think, I don't think none of us here thought this was gonna kind of go as crazy.
We just quickly put it up.
Yeah. You guys are amazing. The community is amazing. Contractors, we all band together, even though we play against each other, and we're gonna fight to the death in a match. But at the end of the day, we can all come together, good friends. Just bringing the world back together, right? One day at a time here. Zuko, you want to spin that wheel for us and bring in our next victim?
Oh, I had one selected, but we're going to run it again. I guess he just dropped out. Maybe hopefully he comes back.
We scared him away. Who did we scare away there?
Yeah. Coward. You dare run from... Okay,
he heard the Chicky Nuggies question. He's like, oh no, I can't go in there.
Yeah.
See if you saw what Boss said. That I'm dying.
I'll let me move in. There we go.
No, Plumber sends me a photo of Lay's ketchup chips. I'm gonna.
Way to go, Plumber!
Just sends me a dark photo of Lay's ketchup.
Howdy, Kaz, are you there?
Oh, yes, I am.
Wait, did you just say
echo chamber right now?
Did you just say that's Kaza is in the house?
Hello.
That's Kuzikaza.
How are you? Oh wait, Kaza, are you still with us?
Yeah.
Is Kaza in a deep cave?
You got a nice ambience in that room, my man.
Are you in the cave of Arctic?
Arctic? Potentially. I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
How are you doing today, Kaza? How's everything?
I'm hanging in there. And you?
Doing good. We're all here hanging out, having a good time, we're all having good laughs. This is the best part of this podcast. We're just having a bunch of laughs, right? Having fun. Kaza, you've been around for a while. How long have you been playing for?
I've been playing since March of this year.
No, are you for real?
Yeah.
Any other shooters before that?
Like, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I've been playing VR for not 3 years or something like that.
Okay.
I come from Pavlov. Primarily.
Oh, you do come Pavlov. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so you just didn't wake up one day, put a headset on, and be like, guys, I'm top of the game.
No. I had experience from Pavlov, and a lot of everything converted, and Contractors is easier game mechanically speaking than Pavlov.
Did you find it a little different?
I was able to get away with a whole lot more. Oh, absolutely, it was different. The game is a lot more fluid, and there's nothing that keeps you from just moving to the side in real life to lean around a corner.
Yeah, that you know what? That's actually the best
when
feature.
you try to do that, it resets your sprint and it slows you way the heck down. It doesn't let you move with your joystick too with it.
So wait, you can't peek corners in Pavlov?
You can, except it disables your joystick movement when you do that.
Yeah.
So it keeps
restricts you a lot more.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. it keeps you from being able to do that. So in Contractors, I can lean around the corner and then immediately move my joystick the other way and be fine. In Pavlov, I'm still going to be out there. So
yeah,
that's interesting to know. So, we have another donation there.
Ooh, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
So now I can tell the difference between a Pavlov player and someone who's playing Contractors when they're peeking out of their whole bodies, just sticking right out of a corner.
Not everybody does that though.
Are you a flashbang or a grenade guy?
Grenades.
Grenades
are much more useful. However, though, if they are all on PC, I'm gonna have a flashbang.
Okay. Yeah, but so are you Quest only, or do you dabble in the PC realm?
I'm PC. A lot of my teammates are Questies, but like I play on PC because I can.
So Index, or are you rifting it in?
Index.
Nice. You know what? I will say, I did the progression from like I was on Quest. I love nothing wrong with the Quest. I love the Quest. You know, you can take it wherever you want.
Quest is good. It works.
When I go on vacation, I bring my Quest with me, and I play in my hotel room if the internet is good enough and stuff. But you know, after playing Contractors for so long, I think the next step you progress through, right? Like you get the PC, you get the Index and stuff, and you do notice those little improvements. There are little improvements in the game you notice as you upgrade down the line, right? You will notice these little, not game changers, but there's small little things that you will notice. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Higher FPS helps with tracking moving targets. When it comes to like flicking on a still target or just flicking at a target, that's not going to really affect your accuracy. If you have a low enough FPS, you have to have the mentality. You have to point at the target before your frames sort of register, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You have to point and not wait for everything to register. You have to point, click at the head, and then move on, and don't wait for it to register. Otherwise, you're going to get killed and refragged.
Yeah, people will notice that.
You have to be ahead of the matrix.
You have to play the packet. Like as soon as you got low frames and really, really high ping, you run into that issue. So you can't wait for the game. You have to go.
And I'm sure you've probably read it in Discord, and I know Wes probably seen it, Zuko. We've all seen it in the Discord and stuff, where there's always that big rivalry, right? PC, Quest, right? Like, there's that battle always between each other. Do you actually think one would overtake one would be better than the other? Or, like, we should separate and be like, hey, your PC side, you play with the PCs. Your Quest, you play with the Quest side.
Eventually, it's gonna get to where the difference is marginal, like how we have wired mice versus wireless mice. It used to be a huge difference, and now it's not. It's negligible. We're in that bridge between right now.
Well, would you consider a wireless Index a Quest basically, or no? It's still.
I can't say. I don't have the stuff to make my Index wireless. Yeah. My guess is, considering it's fairly new, it's probably going to have delay, and you're going to have that delay, and you might feel it. If you feel it, I recommend the wire. If you don't, then it's preference at that point.
That's why I want to.
I like having access to that wire, and it just works.
Yeah, when the wire goes into the GPU, I think that's what makes the big difference there compared to like Quest plug-in with a cable. It's still, you can still like notice it, just like
the Quest hardware is fairly limited right now due to weight and battery. That's the biggest thing, because it's sold as also being able to do standalone stuff, so it's effectively a phone attached to your face.
Strapping an iPhone to your face there.
Yeah, exactly. That's effectively what the kind of system you're running there. And yeah, no, you're not running Crisis on it. You're not running Veil. You're not running you can run Pavlov's Shack, but the main Shack is iffy.
What kind of GPU are you running right now?
Pavlov Shack is a...
I'm running a 2080 Ti.
See, I tell this to people because everybody's like, oh, you need a 3080, 3090. I'm going to change over to a 4. I don't know if you've seen the new 4 series that are coming out that look like Xboxes.
It's nice to have.
Yeah, but no, you don't need it to run it on Contractors. Does it need to push that kind of power?
No.
On average, it doesn't. I should say, on average, it doesn't. Because there's some lobbies, certain maps, and the mod maps that kind of get a little bit heavier on the performance. But
the more smoke days on the map,
I almost think it's processor. Is it processor dependent?
Contractors would be more GPU dependent, actually.
More GPU? Okay. Because I've had games where it'd be a bit more bottlenecked on the processor, and I would need to, or at least some of my Pavlov teammates need, or at least one of them needs, I think a processor upgrade or something like that. But
you still play Pavlov? Like, you still jump back in there, or you kind of pushed it aside and are deep into Contractors right now?
I play Pavlov, I play Contractors, and I play Veil. Those are my 3 games.
How do you like Veil? Because Veil is, for everybody out there, it is a new... Well, it's not new. It's been around for a little bit. They're still in the beta testing. It's
Veil.
It's how would you when I explain it to people? I say, do you remember Spy versus Spy back in the day? And if you're old like me, you'll know what that means. And that's kind of what it reminds me of.
Okay, I can kind of see I see where you're pulling that from. My mind didn't even go there, but I can see the Spy versus Spy now.
I'm curious what you think about it, because you like Pavlov a lot, and I'd say like Veil and Pavlov
has fallen off though.
Big time.
It used to be really, really good.
Yeah.
As the way they had it initially is the way the weapons worked, the way the movement worked, the way everything just generally worked was. It was as good as you could, not the game's set limits. So it was, the skill ceiling was insane, and you'd have these people that could specialize in so many different things. No surprise, I was swinging around corners at light speed. I was that kind of person. Whereas you'd have people that could defuse in 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
A bomb where you have to press 8 randomly generated digits on a keypad to defuse the bomb, and they could do that in 3.5 seconds, which is absurd. No, legit though, it's happened before. Like, it's insane to see it because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like literally at that speed, and having it random is it's really, really hard. The best I could do is like a 4 second, but the specialties, people were really good. There'd have players that would be insane with frags, similar to how this game has with players like Disretory and Cerberus. You'd have you'd have insane snipers. Comparable to West, there'd be players like Basil Maz over in Pavlov, which is effectively Pavlov's SuperiorWes.
Yellow hat. Yellow's hat.
Yellow have a Pavlov twin
everywhere with that Jake Lucky. That's what it was. But yeah. Piranha has highlighted a question.
Oh, we have a highlight.
Yeah, I just saw that.
What's that question there? Does better internet make the difference? You know what? Why don't we all take a turn at answering this question? Because I'm sure everybody will have a different opinion on this. So let's start with Zuko.
Better internet is.
What do you think? Better internet will make.
Hands down. I think yes, but it depends on your definition of like better internet. Like having better speed and you have a stronger connection. Why having a wired connection is better than just on Quest. Latency can be crazy sometimes, and depending on if the server's having problems, it correlates even more so. It's always someone who's wireless is always going to have more ping than someone who's wired.
Oh, definitely.
So in that term of internet, but if you're talking like internet companies or fiber, I don't know if even like having like Google Fiber, or there's that new Elon Musk Starlink.
That I'm gonna geek out here for a few seconds, so I'm gonna give a little geeking out here. Faster internet doesn't always mean the game is gonna run faster. You need to remember there's a lot of factors, like Zuko was talking about. the biggest factor will be your ping rate in this game, right? How fast you're going to be moved. That's basically what's going to cause it, right? You can get yourself the most expensive router. If your house isn't close enough to the repeater in your area, that router won't really do much, right? You can do well with a very cheap router, but you got to be close to it. If I have a $700 router and I'm 40 feet from it, my rate will drop, right? You have to take, there's so many things that people don't realize, like that can go into effect on how fast your whole system runs. So you have to,
a lot of variables.
Yeah, you have to be really careful because it is a really broad question, right? I can have a top PC and I can have really low internet, but I could be right next to the actual repeater for my city, which is going to boost my performance, 2 times, 3 times over, right? There's so many little things, right? Am I on Wi-Fi 6 versus Wi-Fi, old school Wi-Fi, right? Wi-Fi N and everything. Am I using a repeater?
If you are playing on Wi-Fi.
If you are, if you're direct connected, are you using Cat 6 or Cat 5, right? Like, are you running fiber optics in your house, right? There's so many different things. I put
my router in the toaster before I started.
Right? There are so many things that you can do.
I hit it enough times with a hammer.
But
questions that...
because we were actually talking about this in our team, I believe yesterday, right? The old internet question, right? If I get the 1G internet, is that going to speed up my gameplay, right? And I'm just like, it depends. There's actually, if you go on the Contractors Discord, somebody posted a link actually where you can test your ping rate. And it actually runs to the Amazon Web Services, and it'll give you your ping rate across the country. So it goes like US, Canada, different parts of the US. It goes into APJ, it goes into EU servers, right? And it'll give you not a perfect idea, but at least a base idea of what your ping rate is. So like for me, I was running at a ping rate of like 300 for APJ, right? And now you know why your bullets are getting stuck in midair. Right, so
part of it also because there are a bunch of things because ping distance of that's even if you have 150 ping, packet loss tends to affect you a whole lot more.
Yep.
If you have a stable connection, even with 150 ping, all it is the delay.
Yep.
All it is the delay. So it gives them more peakers advantage when they peak you, but conversely gives you more peakers advantage when you peak them because of client side stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because that's how Unreal shooters work. But if you have packet loss, then you shoot, your bullet doesn't work.
There's so many things that take into effect is the problem, right?
All of a sudden, you're playing Airsoft VR.
Now you know why people have that same... They always say, why is my bullets like rubber?
Yeah.
Well, because you'll be in lobby, and I'm sure you guys have all felt it and saw it. You'll be in lobby, and you're like, hey, I just shot that guy. He should be dead. Why does my bullets feel like they're rubber? Right? Like, I'm sure we've all been there. And we all see that, right? It just happens, right? You can be having a bad storm in your neighborhood, right? And that's going to affect your internet, right? There's so many factors for it. But that's actually a really great question, Piranha. Glad you brought that up because not a lot of people talk about, what affects the game itself, right? Like outside of...
It's okay, though. They never know that I'm going to get my dad at Microsoft to ban them so quick, dude, so swiftly. He knows, he hacks into NASA. He could take down your whole account.
Oh, man.
No.
But, Kaza, so what does Kaza do when he's not playing VR?
Either sleeping or working, or that's pretty much it. Like, VR is my hobby, my time.
I think that's the majority of us here. Okay, how about this one? Right. Without telling us how old you are, one thing that would describe how old you are.
One thing that would describe
a TV show, like if I said Saved by the Bell. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Darkwing Duck.
Let
me think on that. Let me think on that.
We'll come back to that question so you can think about it. We have another highlighted question from Piranha.
I know what I can say. My back doesn't hurt, and my knees don't hurt, but I appreciate sleep.
You appreciate sleep, but that
amen to that.
Depends on your job.
Amen
you
to
do,
that, brother.
Hey, if you're a trades guy, back and knees are gonna hurt at young ages, right? So it all depends on what kind of work you're doing. Right?
Tips to all the viewers: make your money work for you.
You definitely
So
are
you
going to have to
come
back to us on that one and let us know something a little bit better there. You have to give us a better one than that. One a little more than back hurts. We'll have to.
I figured I had everyone in here.
My teammates crushed my back tonight.
I just carried them so hard, dude.
What's one thing though? Because you've played this game. How long have you been playing the game actually for? Did we say?
I have
March.
Yeah, I've been playing since
March, right?
I have 400 hours.
So 400 hours. So you got some experience. Everybody knows Kaza. When Kaza rolls into a lobby, I think everybody sweats a little bit more. Where the controllers are gripped a little bit tighter when Kaza walks into a lobby, right? Fun. Probably one of the most fun people to play against. I love playing against you because the better the person is, the more you learn when you play against them.
That's true.
What would you, if you could change something, right? Or, be like, hey, you know what? This one little change in the game I think could really up it to the next level. Like, what would you do or take away? Like, would you take away the jumping, right? Or, like, something that you would want to see the game evolve up?
I would say either fix or remove the weapon collision.
Yes.
Because they did it incorrectly.
You slide into a wall.
Yes, or the wall's collisions aren't done right. I'm sure you felt the Wildlands collisions at Heaven. You try to walk to the side and try to aim at somebody way in the back there near the maze asphalt area. You're going to go.
Yep.
Yeah, there's that invisible
wall. Exactly. We need to fix all the invisible walls. If they want weapon collision, do it right. Vela is a great example of weapon collision done right. Another thing they have to do with the weapon collision, or at least I think would improve things, is remove that dampening effect whenever your weapon does collide. Because there'd be a case where your weapon would just barely clip with like a box in front of you or something like that. And there'd be a guy in front of you.
Yes.
It'd be a slow, and that half second is enough to kill you. And I could, and there'd be cases where it's like, oh yeah, I could totally have killed that guy. I could have killed him.
See, I didn't mind
a lot anymore.
I'm not sure about you guys, but I didn't mind the. I understand why they added the clipping in. For league play, so that way you don't get caught. Putting your sword around through a wall and getting somebody. I get that whole part, but I didn't mind. I honestly did not mind my gun going through a wall. Yeah. Right? Like that part never really bothered me.
Too much realism kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
Like you don't want too much realism.
The one thing I do like they did away with the collision is that the gun, if you shove it through like an object, it will actually go through it if you force it enough. But like in Veil, if you do shove the gun against something, your gun will actually fall out of your hand and just like, or whatever, which I guess is more realistic.
If it clips on an object like right here and just keeps going far enough, it will just grip and then your hand will go back. Yeah, in Contractor, I haven't tested it a lot in Contractors. I think it just goes right through.
Yeah,
that's actually I like that. I like that.
But yeah, the invisible wall thing. I think that there's always been invisible walls in this game. Like it's just been something. But I think since they added the collision,
Are you a person that likes to? So if when a map is done or something comes out in the game, do you love to explore that map to see if you can break it? I know I love doing. I'm sure there's a bunch of players. I know a bunch of people. I love doing that, right? Like I'll climb every corner I can to see if I can get out of the map, if I can get on top of a roof. You know what I mean? Or do you just kind of just go in the map and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna play it the way it is. I don't care if I can climb out. Like in Wildlands, I found a way that I can literally. I took actually Kaboomer with me. We went splunking underneath Wildlands. It's actually really cool if you ever get to go under there. Wildlands is a whole nother thing when you get underneath that map. It's actually really fun under there. But yeah, we literally found a way to get out of the map, go around. Actually, it's at the. I won't tell people how to do it, but if you
don't say where it is.
Well, if you watch my stream, you'll see me actually doing it on my stream. I kind of was just having fun, right? And I was like, hey, this ledge looks like it goes somewhere. I'm just gonna follow this ledge, right? But yeah, do you you like doing that, or you just kind of avoid all that and just I'm just gonna play the game?
So, I sometimes explore, however, usually it's one of my teammates, either Shadowhawk or Proxy, Rainbow Dash, that ends up finding that. Yeah, they usually find the stuff, so I don't spend too much time looking for them, because they just kind of find them all ahead of time. However, when it comes to finding spots, having a teammate is pretty useful because there's a little facet in the game that lets you that launches you when you jump off of players' heads.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Oh,
you can
yeah.
get some pretty
Mario
dumb spots. We were exploring Terminal for the DubCity thing a while ago. There were some spots you could get to, man. You could get up on top of the plane. You couldn't get out of the map, but you could get up on top of the plane's wings.
Have you got on top of the plane yet? On top of the cockpit?
I have not, and I'm sure there's some sort of something
in
somewhere.
MW2 you could.
You can do it on this one too. In
Yeah.
this terminal, you can get on top of the cockpit. I will confirm that you can actually get on top of the airplane itself.
You can at the kiosk area where.
I'll just say, there's a window that you can jump out of that may lead you in that direction.
Oh, I see. I see. No,
and if you play Terminal enough, you'll know. But yeah, there's a lot of spots in Terminal that people don't realize that you can get on top of. I call it Starbucks, but I know it's not Starbucks. You can get right up on top of that roof there. There's a lot of sneaky spots.
There's a kiosk on A side point, and there's a little like that. There's some sort of like roof awning thing that's above that computer thing. You can get up on top of that, and then from there you can get up and pixel lock on one of the pillars, like close left, before the hallway, and you can see over the hallway and see people crossing towards C point.
Oh.
You can see that, and if you have your height set right, you can see everybody in the yard too, and it's just a weird head peek. It's really obnoxious, but it requires help. It requires teamwork to get there.
All right, I'm going to ask a question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. And I know a lot of people, it's not controversial. It's just, it is what it is. Do you play at your height?
At your physical height?
Yes.
I play at the lowest setting legally allowed, which is whatever the setting allows.
5 flat? I think it's 5 flat.
It's like 5'1". It's 5'1".
Wes, you play at your actual
5'1".
height, right? Because you play your guy's big always.
I play my height I haven't found a reason for me not to, I guess.
I find that playing at lower lets me be able to reach almost like my hand through the floor a little bit to make grabbing stuff off the ground a bit easier.
I could see that, yeah.
So it makes it so that putting your weapon on your chest or sort of sliding and grabbing a util and chucking it at your opponent is a lot easier to do. It's like, oh, that's a frag grenade right there. I want to grab it without breaking my controller on the floor. That was the original thing. It's like I brought it a little bit lower, and then it's like, what if I brought it down to 5'1"? And then, because your player speed is the same no matter how tall you are, it looks faster.
Thank you for saying that. You know what? There is such...
It looks faster. People complain about it. It's kind of funny to me.
I've tried explaining that to people so many times. I'm like, the height does not... Like, we've even done foot race. I'm like, we'll do a foot race right now. You go to the lowest setting, I'll go to the tallest setting, and we'll go for a full run. And people are like, no, the lower you are, it's... thank you for letting everybody know that part. The height does not matter.
It's a perspective thing because think of an object going across your screen further away, going the same speed as something closer to you. That object would, in theory, be going faster, and that's I think where that thought process comes from, or at least the tendency to think, hey, that smaller thing, even though it's going the same speed, looks like it's going faster.
And your internet could run a little slower, and then that slows you down too.
Maybe.
Back to the internet again. oh man. And you've probably put a lot of hours into Contractors. Like, to get at a skill level that you're at, you have to put in a lot of work, correct?
Yes.
How many hours do you think a day you're putting in on Contractors? Not just like having fun, like just screwing around, but actual like, hey, I'm going to practice a skill or I'm going to work on something.
At least me and my team practice almost daily and scrim almost daily. I'd say some days it goes like 4 hours, and then some days you can go well beyond.
Practice, right? Like, you want to be as good as Wes? Wes has been shooting... Wes, how long have you been shooting one-handed for?
All the time. I see him.
There was a short time where when they added the scope to the AWM, I got mad because you couldn't use it. Well,
that's when it kicked you out, right? That's when it kicked you out.
Wait, what was
Isn't that when it was kicking you out? Like if you had the scope on, it kept booting you out of the game?
That was only on Quest, by the way. I had never experienced that issue. But no, they added the scope. I don't know how long ago that was. But that was back when you could dual wield arms with the price of the like you had enough to buy 2 of them. But
that's cool.
Great, now the West with 2 guns.
But yeah, they added the scope. I pistoled only for like 6 months, I think. I like because I just stopped. And then I picked it up again. I don't know, and I've been playing ever since that. But yeah, I've been one-handing it like 2018. I got the game December of 2018, and then yeah, I played it off and on, like month, 2 months, and then I'd like play pancake games for like 2 months, switch back. It's like how VR has always been. But yeah, I mean, long time.
That's awesome.
Don't remove it, Lon. No. Do it. No, I don't care.
You removed or jumping.
We're jumping.
Dude, there was no jumping. That. Yeah.
And then they added jumping, and then they added a bunch of invisible walls everywhere, and it was like, what? What is this map?
So do you like the jumping aspect? Like, you know how people, you have your wigglers, we're going to call them the wigglers. You have your jumpers around corners. I know you do both. I think I've seen you do both. You do both.
I do both. I do both, yes. Even when they added that 50% recoil to jump around corners, like, well, it depends on what's necessary. I just do what's needed.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's better to jump around the corner or to run backwards and jump in response to something than it is to wiggle. Because you want to make sure that they can't just hold their gun at head height for free. So you want to make sure that they have to react to you and not, oh yeah, my crosshair's already where it needs to be and all I need to do is
slide right into
a fire or something like that. Exactly. So you want to make sure that they're doing more work to shoot you than you shooting them. Because when you do jump around the corner, their gun's right here, your gun's right here. You're already pointing at them. They have to move their gun up. Their arms have to move against gravity and all of that stuff. So one, you have to have the impulse of moving your arms up against gravity, but also reacting to, you have feet in your face. Where's the head? Up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the high ground, Anakin.
I've seen a lot more sliding since the button thing. Like
sliding,
like in pubs at least, but like
sliding it's still not that good because it puts you on a straight trajectory, on a straight line trajectory, easy to track, and 2, it's slow. It's slow. It's way too slow. You're gonna get shot by good players really quickly. If like maybe sometimes you'll catch them, but it's not an always thing. It's not a consistent thing. You might throw a slide in there, but
it's like you said, it's situational.
Maybe if it increased speed while going downhill or while falling,
like Apex.
Maybe. Like Apex. Ooh, I haven't played Apex, so bear with me. But that would be an interesting mechanic. It's like, hey, we're in the Arctic. I want to get to the bottom of that hill. I can run down there, or I could slide down there. So that would create a bit more utility for the slide. I think that would make it better.
Yeah, yes. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Definitely. So, you know what, Kaza? What's something that you'd want people to know about Kaza? Like we were talking with Dizzle, we're kind of like, hey, you know what, Dizzle, what do you like to eat, right? Like, you know, when you're in game, everybody's always in game, like just focused on the game, right? We never have time to just chill out and talk in lobby because it's like the vote comes up right away, trying to kick people out, right? Like sometimes you just want to have that like little, you know, how's everybody doing, right? That little check-in, right?
Powwow.
Yeah, that little pow, like literally more than 10 seconds between a vote comes up and people are getting kicked out.
So something that I would want people to know about me, like, you know, it's hard to say because I don't really think on that too much. Like, people will think about me whatever the heck they think about me. That's their decision. I can't control that. But you know what?
All your dark
I will
secrets.
say the state secret. The state secrets. I in fact do not have a gaming rug. I need to actually for the meme.
Oh boy.
Use a gaming rug or rig?
Yes, a gaming rug. You know how the joke is that person has a really good gaming chair or they have headphones the size. I need to get an RGB gaming rug for the meme.
Jeez.
Just some glowy something on the floor. Just be like, yes, I'm so good because I have.
That'd be cool. I tried to put LEDs up around my apartment and they all fell down. I need to get some better adhesive. Yeah.
Kaza, you know what?
I want to thank you for...
Yeah, you can hit it up there. I'm just going to answer some questions here quickly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people. We're kind of running low on time, so I want to thank you for being a part of us here.
Absolutely.
Answering questions.
Thanks for answering questions.
Being a force in the game. We have a blessed night, brother.
All right, have a good one, you guys.
See you later.
See you, Kaza.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Alrighty, who's next on our wheel here?
More lights equals more horsepower.
There's not too many. We have one guy named Corrupt who came into the waiting room. I don't think I recognize that name.
I don't recognize that name. I don't think he was on the guest list.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a different guest. I'm just saying I like that.
Oh.
Someone's like, I'm here. I'm ready.
I'm here for my time.
Please.
We got TBG.
Like
They're asking for TBG. Is he
Hopefully this gets bigger and
on
bigger.
the list there?
Yep, he's the one. He was the one.
Mr. TBG there, rocking the P90.
Do we have operations? Are we connected? Radio station.
I see a Havoc logo.
TBG.
Still muted.
Radio into Havoc.
Hello there, brother. It is. TBG in the house.
Welcome to our space station, Contractors. We're here.
Absolutely. It's good to be here.
So how are you doing today, TV? How's everything going?
I'm doing kind of fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're having a blast. I don't think we can have more fun than we're having right now.
Surviving, thriving, trying to at least.
I think breaking like 3 goals within the first 30 minutes is a pretty good reason to be A-okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's very nice.
That was community support at its best right there.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a fantastic cause. I really appreciate the description, Grim.
Yeah.
It's a very good cause. It touched my heart when I seen the wee go-karts and stuff.
He wants one for his house. He's gonna ask, can I buy one for my house? Can I get one brought over?
Luckily, I haven't had to experience that. Hopefully my kids won't. And I don't wish that on anyone else, but for the kids who do have to go through that, God bless them. Hopefully we can bring them some happiness some way, somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
I know being bedridden in any kind of way, like, whole video games is kind of a way of
smile on the
takes you into another world. Yeah. I'm imagining someone who's bedridden, maybe they can't walk or get out for whatever reason, but they can fly, they can run, they can do whatever they want, they can explore another land or world while they're playing whatever the heck they want. That's cool. That's a good cause. I really do like it. It's better than something that maybe does. There's a few charities that seem kind of iffy, but this helping kids, that's one of the worst things when kids are left without help or something. So.
And I do appreciate everyone
all the support for it.
But I want to shout out to my boys Piranha and Juice. I really appreciate you guys stepping up as well.
Yeah, the Havoc boys over there, bringing it in big time there. Big shout outs to them right there. Love it,
not to minimize everyone else's donations. Y'all it was honestly breathtaking to see this community just pulling together for that. It's a fantastic.
We were just announcing it.
Yeah,
the tournament hadn't even started yet.
Oh, for sure.
That's when it's really gonna roll. So that's really cool. Seeing just from the get go, just from the announcement, people are already jumping in.
And I'll tell you, I got to give everyone praise because Havoc spans 7 different games worth of communities, and I have to be involved in all of them. And Contractors by far is the best, with hands down. It's just every single person.
Like I've played in I've played in 2 other onwards, really tough. But Contractors is just so loving, so close.
Almost any lobby you get into, there's someone that supports the new people, gives them advice. It's honestly fantastic, and I don't see myself ever wanting to go to a different game.
a thriving community, especially for all the work they're doing to it.
Absolutely. And you guys, good job on DubCity. It's fantastic. Y'all popped up recently, and it's developed into a fantastic tournament scene. Again, also I've seen a lot of tournament scenes, and the amount of support you're giving to this charity as well as the community itself is honestly fantastic. I also want to shout out to Third Wish, because he's been doing amazing work with y'all's tournaments.
Yeah, he's the man behind the scenes right there, putting all the hours in.
Yeah. Anytime someone has a ticket they submit, he's the man who almost instantly replies and gets it taken care of.
Oh, yep, absolutely. And his professionalism is fantastic, and I just wanted to shout him because he deserves it. Absolutely.
It's always the people behind the scenes, you don't realize who's behind the scenes sometimes, and it's like they put in all the hours, like all that work, right? And you play with them all the time, and you don't realize that, he's playing for, let's say, 2, 3, 4 hours. He's putting another 4 hours behind the scenes, putting on these great events and stuff like that, right? Poor guy's got to sleep at some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it as like it's like there's a mix of every team as like staff, and that's what I like. There's such a mix, community players, the all different teams come together.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
All right, T, you're in the hot seat. We're gonna put that spotlight on you right now. We're not gonna grill you, but we're gonna put you in that hot seat.
Just flambe you.
We're gonna turn the grill just a little bit up on you here. Let's start off with just a fun one here. We haven't asked it in a bit. Is it a chicky nuggies man or is he a chicken fingers man?
I like that. Quiet.
Does he go from?
Does he go to Buffalo Wild Wings? Buffalo Wild Wings to get the spicy sauce.
I love the Chick-fil-A sauce, so I think I would go out of my way to get Chick-fil-A sauce if I got any other chicken tenders. But in chicken tenders, I'm sorry.
You're a chicken tenders guy, eh? Oh,
I respect that.
What's the most amount of chicken tenders you've sat down at? We know 30. Well, 30. We had 30 chicken nuggets, so that's a big number to kind of take down.
How many chicken nuggets is chicken tenders?
At least 2 to 3.
3 or 4?
No,
depending on the chicken tender.
Yeah,
depends on the size.
I'd say at least 3.
On the chicken tender.
I'd say 3 to 1 maybe.
There's some that cheated a bit. You got. I feel like they cut them in half.
They cut them.
KFC.
Yeah. Oh, right? Yeah. That hurt me when KFC cut the chicken breasts into like half, and they're like, no, now it's 2. I'm like, where's the rest of my chicken?
Liar.
Where's the rest of my chicken?
They might as well sell ketchup chips, huh? What do you think?
I'll tell you one thing. When that ketchup chip touches your tongue, you're gonna be like,
dude, you're lost. You literally go. Your eyes just go cross.
Yeah,
I want to know. I'm on the edge now.
Fry with half the effort, and I can't argue with that. And I love that idea.
You're gonna try and be like, how far is the nearest Canadian border to me right now?
Dude.
How bad do you like those ketchups?
That'd be far as heck for me.
To answer your question, 12 chicken tenders and I'm good. If you get some like sweet barbecue sauce or like the correct barbecue sauce with it, it's fantastic.
12.
Sometimes
that's a
I do
good number.
ranch with buffalo sauce,
spicy ranch.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
You can only do so much of that before it's like, okay, I regret this.
Are you having anything with those 12 chicken tenders?
In the bathroom.
Oh, by the way, it's got to be spicy chicken tenders.
Yep.
It's not
spicy. So you're spicy. You like this? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10.
I got a Latina girl.
Where are you on that spice level?
7 to 8. I'm
what? Dude,
7 to 8. So you want to be on fire. You want to be eating ice cream to kind of cool down.
I like that. Absolutely.
Man.
That also brings down a bit to like probably 6 chicken tenders for those.
Oh, if you're
those ideal ones. The barbecue, nice, take it easy night kind of chicken tender days. That's the 12er.
That's 12er. But no, what, are we talking sides being added to this? Like you getting some mac salad or some potato salad?
Rice and beans, absolutely.
Rice and beans.
You gotta go rice and beans with barbecue sauce and chicken tenders. That's a winner.
Mac and cheese and steamed broccoli.
Oh.
Here's some mashed taters right there.
You knock it off. Talking dirty.
Wait, are you and Zuko very close to each other? Because it seems like you guys have the same thought on food here.
I tell you what, brother.
I personally think he's just a genius, is what I think. Boy Zuko.
Hell yeah.
Do you have any pre-game or pre-league
Eat
match
good, live good.
Rituals you got to do before? Like, you got to play your rock and roll, play something, some music going on, get in that headspace before getting into any
Spark
match?
something.
A lot of my personality is based on others' feelings at the time, which, don't get me wrong, is problematic, but also makes me a semi-good leader. So those pre-game rituals are actually me just pep talking my team, telling them that what to expect during that game, and that also helps me focus and get confident myself, knowing that my team knows that I have their back as well as opposite.
That's a good way to put it.
So pre-game rituals, just talking up my team, plain and simple.
Nice. Now, over at Havoc, okay, do you guys, so you know how everybody has their loadouts. Some people, they don't care. I got my loadout, I'm going to keep it, whatever. Do you try to keep a team loadout so that way, in case, me and Wes are on the same team and I'm rocking a CZ and I tell him, hey, Wes, you got to rock a CZ. In case we run out of ammo, I can pop you some over there. Do you guys try to keep like a team loadout, or you just let everybody just kind of go buck wild and everybody get whatever they want to go with?
So I have a firm belief that in order to learn a lot of stuff that I have to teach to my team, there's a perfect ideal loadout that they use for development until they get to the point where they're comfortable and they can branch out and they can do their own thing, which didn't used to be the case, but there's a certain female on the team that likes to persuade me that the G36 was a fantastic choice.
The G36 is a good gun. If they added in the button to drop that magazine, that gun would be on fire. If you could pop that clip out.
But so
it had its time for a very good while.
It expanded my horizon.
To continue it.
And now it's no longer required. But the CZ hollow triangle grip 2-grenade loadout with no melee light armor is the basic loadout for Havoc starting out when they first join and they're learning. From that on, I do request that they stick to that and don't switch off, because that muscle memory is a huge thing for competitive play.
Definitely.
And then from then on, they branch off after they hit that level that they're comfortable with.
We have a question for you here. My good friend Toasty Toes wants to know what's your thoughts on the P90, since you've been rocking that actually for what, a week now, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that P90?
The P90 is fantastic. I mean, I don't know if
laser.
There was a recent game that I played on, and it was a highlight of said game that from Tree and Wildlands, I was able to shoot and kill 3 of the opponents coming out of the cave all the way in their spawn with the P90 with 1 mag, and it only took like 5 shots for each. So it's pretty ridiculous if you can aim it. It's pretty insane.
Do you think now that is a little over, like it shouldn't be doing that, and like it's, if you're good enough to do that, hey, go with it? Or do you think it's more of it shouldn't be, like, that gun shouldn't shoot that far, that accurate?
I would agree with that if every shot to the body wasn't so pea shooter like.
Okay.
Each one did end up being a headshot after I riddled the body. But it's very accurate. It's got a lot of bullets. It's very good. Of a panic weapon, because those bullets may not be doing a lot of damage, but it's still pretty freaky to get those bullets flung at you, and you got 50 of them, so the suppression power is ridiculous. But no, I don't think it needs to be nerfed. If it did, it would be a useless piece of junk in the
We have
game.
another question for you, coming from Mad Dog the dog. He would like to know, and I'm assuming he's probably just asking about your height in game, as to why you're running so short in game. I'm assuming you're probably running at the 5 flat, right?
No, I'm actually running 5'3", 5'6" recently.
Oh, wow.
So 5'3" is a good one for vantage points across the map. 5'6" is also another position that I think Superior is actually the one that convinced me to change to 5'6". I think it was, dude.
I mean, I don't play 5'6", but
what do you play?
I play 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I need to get in on this. I'm playing 6'1". Everyone's changing their heights around.
Do benefits, but
someone told me 5'6", but that's like looking over the walls in Wildlands. I actually recently asked if it was okay to switch mine mid-game, because on Arctic, you can just quickly switch that thing all the way up and over by, the oh shoot, what is it top? On the very top, there's that little hangar area. You can just peek over that wall and shoot across to every single one of the spawns and just laser them with the P90. So there's different heights that have different
advantages. P90 slipped in there.
I think they should just make it where everyone's a singular height.
Yeah. So, but I always run 5'3", 5'6".
Nice.
Now, why am I so small? I'm actually 6'1" IRL, and like 300 pounds. So I'm definitely not a small boy, bro.
Do you think that the game should keep everybody at a static height, though?
I believe I've said for a very long time 5'1" needs to be the consistent basis across all competition, because not only does that
be good.
Yeah, because I hear these arguments about you drop to the floor and you go through the floor. No, you don't. You don't do that. But but that also allows people that are below 5'1" or et cetera, that if you were to raise it to 6 foot across the board, they wouldn't be able to pick up their guns. So I can't understand that. However, 5'1", everyone set into that, I believe, would be a very consistent basis across the board.
And you're a PC player, right?
Correct.
I used to not. The crouching feature did help with picking up some stuff.
Big time. The virtual crouch.
Now, what do you think about this whole double virtual crouch? I'm sure there's a lot of
and then crouch in real life.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of talk about that.
Yeah.
Does it move your head? Is your head
static? No, you're still static. You don't even.
Because I don't like how it stops you from running.
So when you double crouch, your character looks exactly the same as if you're single crouching.
Gotcha.
You just
you can like kind of double crouch.
So I can't really do that because I play sitting down all the time. But
gotcha.
I've seen people do it, and it just doesn't look like it's that helpful at all. I feel like it's something that can be done, and it sounds ridiculous, but through me seeing people do it, I don't get shot underneath cars or anything like that. So I don't really know if there's a big tactical advantage enough to say that's even an issue to begin with.
Fulton wants to know, why do you choose to play sitting down?
So back when I played, because this is the third game that I've played competitively, so to say, and the first one was Population 1, and I got to a point in that game where I would go and kill the entire lobby by myself, and it got exhausting, and I just decided one day to sit down, and it helped my accuracy with snipers back then, and then I just got so used to it that I've never played otherwise. And it's always been an inside joke versus my team that, like, don't make me stand up.
What kind of chair do you play in? Are you like swiveling around in something?
It's like a normal office chair.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you didn't lose your legs in a train accident?
No.
Piranha.
Piranha.
You don't have any inside intel? Okay.
Come on, Piranha.
Make sure.
Oh
I got scared.
Only train around here is a hype train.
Were you ever on Oculus though?
Yeah, I was.
You were on Oculus, right?
Yep.
And then you just bounced over to Index afterwards?
Yeah, I don't even know when I did Index, but I started playing Contractors like 2 weeks before the first season of the first competition we played in. So that was like March I started playing Contractors. And then for like 2 months I played on Quest, and then after that I was going Index, which there was a very short learning period.
How do you feel? Do you feel like Index is a big advancement over the Quest?
I feel like PC VR in general is a good advancement. Do I think that PC VR players in general are just going to be good? Absolutely not. But it definitely allows the skill ceiling to be raised so people can surpass what originally they were binded by to begin with.
What about like legitimate like hardware wise? Because I know like people like the controllers more. Because I'm on my 4th set of Quest controllers alone. Because after a while those thumbsticks just
it feels like holding a banana. And if you can get past that, I mean, it just feels like you're running around holding.
I've never heard that before, and that's good.
Dude, it does. Like, I don't even know how else to say it, but they're super, super weird when you first start. Like,
I bet.
Your hands are, like, cramping around. Dude, I'm telling you, like, every single person that was on our team that got an Index, they all said the same. Like, their pinky would get a callus. Because, when you're gripping, since it's, like, a banana-esque shape, it, makes a callus right there because it just pinches it every time you try to close your hand.
You need small hands for an
grip
index.
for that.
You need. There's only one company we found that actually had grips for it, and they're expensive.
Oh, wow.
They're like €90.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Damn.
You have to have like a slim membrane to allow the sensors to still pick up your fingers and stuff if you were to get grips. So it's just
okay.
It's the same thing with gun stocks. It's even hard to find gun stocks for an index. There's only like one or two people that make them because the shape of them is just so awkward. Because you got the charging cable that if you need to charge them, that have to go underneath, so you can't damage that port. Indexes are great. Fine. I'm not gonna lie, they're great, but they're just a pain in the butt. They're a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I do play freehand. I've always played freehand. There's with the index as well. The controllers are also dog crap. Excuse me. They're bad. I mean, I don't understand what it is with joysticks in there, or controllers with their joysticks on VR. They're just not good.
Yeah. Which controller is it that has like the pad? Is that Vive that has like that little press pad?
No. Index does have the little touchpad on right next to the joystick.
Oh, it's both.
Well, the one on the index is very small though. It's very, very tiny. Like it's like a little strip your finger can run up, but you can bind whatever you want to that touchpad.
Sure.
Okay, so it's not meant to be like the main thing though. That touchpad thing is pretty good.
Yeah. I think Vive does. The HTC Vive has. I think it has a touchpad that you move your thumbstick left. Like there's no thumbstick. I can't remember if it's that one either. Let's ask about some strategy here, Anya. Or some practice. How do you guys practice over at Havoc? We want to know some inside secrets.
So recently, we just got our second team going, and internal scrims are most definitely the best way that we found to practice. And it's just our strategies have mainly revolved around as simplistic callouts as possible in game, and it ends up to where 90% of the game we're just not talking to each other because all the information we need is within 2 words.
Yep.
These days. A lot of it was built on synergy throughout just playing with our team constantly. We play different games together. We just learn how each other think and process and play. And it's gotten to the point where as the IGL, I have the rest of my team do their thing with their callouts, run their, and as soon as I need something or have to throw an audible, they listen immediately. And it's the best way I can say it is our strategy revolves around the same thing with a colony of ants or bees, where the queen bee or the leader of the ants will make the calls and the rest of them just do as said immediately, and it works out flawlessly.
Well, you got to have that one leader, right? You got to follow that one main leader, no matter how good or bad it is. Somebody needs to have that voice, right? Because if everybody starts yelling stuff out, then it's just pure chaos, right?
I tell my team all the time, if you guys trust me to lead, then we can win with our 100%, or we can fail with our 100%, and that's completely up to you.
That's a good way of putting it.
But the second that we get those second opinions in the mix, then it's going to confuse the rest of them, and those milliseconds of thought that the rest of the team members are like, do we listen to this or do we listen to this? That's time for error that can occur, and as long as we're having those moments of error, then we're not going to be successful as a team. And my team's learning to get that out.
And I'm sure with the 2 teams you have, it doesn't matter if you popped yourself on team 2 or team 2 person popped themselves on team 1. It's like static flowing right across. You should be able to you jump in a game. It's one straight flow right across the board, correct?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and me and Dream Breezy are both leaders of our teams, and my players absolutely know that. We both know what's going on the battlefield. We have, so to say, a bird's eye view of the field at all times, knowing where our players need to be and what's the best options, what's the best line of sights to get covered, and they trust us to get that done. And that kind of appreciation is more of a family aspect, which is why we build these to be families, and they're interchangeable, absolutely. So if one of us needs a sub, we know we got plenty of people that have our back.
Know who to call.
Absolutely.
That's a really great way to say it, especially for these newer teams that are coming into the league, who are trying to break the. I always say they're trying to break the mold. They're trying to reinvent the wheel, and I always try to tell them, look at teams that are here already, right? Learn from people have been in the game for such a long time. You don't need to reinvent call-outs. Call-outs are pretty simple across the board, right? If somebody calls it the subway station, there's no point in calling it, the metro, like, or reinventing that whole wheel, right? Kind of keep it pretty simple across the board, right?
Absolutely.
And it's a tough one there. But
100%.
Want to thank you for jumping on here. We're going to definitely have TBG back on here because I want to ask him a lot more stuff. And I know we have a lot of guests still to roll through here. But I want to thank you for being on here. You know what? Great insight for new players that are coming in here. One word to keep new players playing before you head out.
Community. Because there's just so many people that'll have your back throughout this community. All you just need to do is ask for help, and I guarantee you someone in the world will offer it for them.
I think that was the best thing. One of the best things I've heard tonight. There it is, community. Everybody, ask, and somebody will help you.
Community. Every lobby.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you what you're doing for the community and giving them back, especially to this charity. And I wish you nothing but success with DubCity. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much, T.
You.
We'll see you on the battlefield, buddy.
Toodaloo.
Thanks for coming.
We are going to have, I know, Zuko, we're going to have the one person, I think a lot of people have been waiting here to see. Our special guest, Mr. Lon Wick, will be joining us. He stayed up really late. I believe it's like 2 in the morning right now for him.
It's like 7 a.m. for him.
1 a.m. for me, so 2 a.m. for him.
So... Mr. Lon Wick is here, and I actually have one little surprise for everybody. We're going to make a little change here, and who's ready for it? There it is, Mr. Lon Wick. He's not karate chopping, everybody. He's dabbing.
It's a Actually, I might be able to find it. Like, where'd you post that?
I like that
photo. Or
That's funny.
He dropped it in the Discord, actually. How you doing, Lon? How's everything going?
I'm doing great, guys. Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to say, like, one thing from the start is we have raised $805.
Woo!
Like,
big shout out.
We have done this charity in the past, right? And this has never happened before. So just a shout out to the community and everyone here of DubCity and the host. Like, doing this means the world,
And this is just the start for the charity. When that tournament starts, we're going to try and blow that up as much as we can. Try and, break those numbers. Try and break everything we can. Lon, what time is it for you right now?
It's 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
So.
Oh, you know what? That's still early. That's early for you.
Yeah, it's still early, So
he's probably still gonna go on and still play for another hour, 2 hours after this.
Exactly.
Wolf's still howling.
We're gonna ask Lon some questions here because you know what? Everybody knows Lon. You don't even have to say what team he plays on. You just say the word Lon, and everybody knows who he is. He's a figurehead in the community. Everybody wants to learn from this man, but
puts out the patch notes every time.
We're going to ask Lon some strategy questions. We're going to ask him loadout questions, but I think we want to know about Lon. Like, who is Lon? Lon. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you like to do on the weekends? Are you just on VR all the time? Do you like to play sports? Hang out outside, read some books?
Well, yeah, I enjoy VR big time, right? So that's my main thing, what I usually do also for fun. And besides that, I make music as well. I play guitar.
No way.
I read.
What's your SoundCloud? Shout it out right now.
What's your SoundCloud?
Well, what kind of...
Lon Wick.
Okay.
Nice. All right, I'm pulling it up. We're going to play it on stream right now.
We're going to play it in the background. Some Lon Wick. This is going to be first originals here. What kind of guitar you play?
It's just acoustic mostly.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, but for the rest, I do mostly gaming. You know, like gaming is my thing. Gaming is what I like to do. Is my mic, by the way, okay? Does it like sound? I'm on the toilet.
You sound really good over here on my headset.
Okay. No, I'm just like wondering.
Penn is saying Lon is Chappy the bot.
Yeah, Lon doesn't exist in real life.
How do you know? What the fuck?
He's Chappy. That's why we had to put up a picture so we can have you know when you get that family photo, you buy the frame and it comes with a random family.
Yes.
This is a random photo we just pulled up of somebody.
Just AI
stock image.
Just in Lon Wick, and this is what came
He's
up.
handsome though. He's handsome though.
He's a good-looking guy there. Oh. But yeah, no. So what other games do you like to play besides Contractors?
Well, yeah, I like competitive games. So I played Onwards, Pavlov, Contractors of course, but also Vil. Yeah, and besides that, I'm actually, for example, Half-Life Alyx, I still need to play. You know, people are telling me, like, you need to play this.
That is a crazy game, Half-Life Alyx. I've seen a lot of, like, I still haven't played it. It came with my index. I haven't even played it yet.
Yeah, I need to play it as well. Like, but the thing is, like, it takes, when I go in a game, like, for example, adventure games, like Zelda, etc., I just want to have the time, right? I want to really, like, bench it, almost. Because then I enjoyed it most. So that's how I normally play those kind of games.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you don't want to sit and put a game down and come back like a week later and then you forget what you've done. Like especially Half-Life Alyx, because it's kind of like playing an old school like Zelda and stuff like that. You know, you don't want to forget where you left off and you're like, oh no, okay, did I collect this? Did I do that in the game? Like, right? You want to kind of keep it going right through. You want to clear the game in one day.
Almost, yeah. Like I would just want to be immersed and go for it, you know, and that's what I usually do when I play VR. So yeah.
So have you tried out that Resident Evil 4 game?
Wait, for VR they have Resident Evil 4?
Not in VR, but I love the original.
Nice.
I tried out that Half-Life 2 mod or whatever, where you can play it in VR for free. It's pretty good.
And?
Like I played like the first like 10 minutes of it and I was like, this is sick. Like it's just like the game, but you're in VR.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool.
Is there any game that you would wish, if you could have your choice, right? If somebody said, hey Lon, you name a game we're gonna put in VR for you right now, what's that game? I know what game I would do, but I want to know what game you would do.
I think my game would be I think a Zelda game.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was gonna say. I would love to see.
That'd be pretty crazy.
But it's got not the first one, not Zelda original, where you're that little munchkin dude. I mean, I'm talking Link to the Past, the golden cartridge. That one.
Sounds like it'd be easy to port too. Like
dude,
combat.
For example, Skyward Sword on the Wii, it was kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, but Skyward Sword was not really that good. Like I think, like for example, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
You know, like
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think that is
doable.
You know, it's actually doable to do it.
A lot of TVs would be broken.
Yeah, that's good. You know,
like kids hit in the face.
I just heard Grim destroyed his TV. You know, as well. So that's good.
We need a checklist like on the Discord that every time somebody breaks a TV, we put like a little TV. There's another one. How many days since a TV's been broken?
Lamp, fan.
We get a wee TV emoji next to the name.
The body count.
Oh, but yeah, no, I think Zelda would be an awesome one. Do you like those Grand Theft Auto type of games? Because I know they've been saying for a while they're going to bring it out on, I don't know if it's going to be on Steam or if it's coming out on Quest. I keep hearing about everybody talking about Grand Theft Auto coming to VR. Is that like, you like those type of games or?
Yeah, definitely. Like I also played those kind of games, and actually one of the first games I bought for VR was Blood Trail. I don't know if that says something to you guys.
I haven't heard of that.
I've never heard of it.
Well, you should try it. Like to be honest, when it's on sale.
Look this up right now.
Dude.
Hashtag ad. All right.
Yeah. Like, try it. It's really brutal. It's a brutal game. Like, extremely brutal.
Oh.
But it's amazing. It's amazing. So, yeah, just look it up when you have time. People in the chat or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
the physics in this is crazy.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean,
like shoot someone's lower jaw off. Stab him in the ear.
Hashtag blood trap.
Okay.
Lon, where are you from? Where are you? I know you're in Europe, and I know everybody keeps guessing where you are. Whereabouts are you in Europe?
From the Netherlands.
Oh, no way. Nice. Because
Yeah.
I've heard France. I've heard people say he's from France, and I'm like, I don't think he's from there. But Netherlands, nice.
Nice.
Loving that from the Netherlands. Let's talk a little bit about your game style, because I know a lot of people always ask you. You must get constantly asked for advice. And I'm going to just say this out to everybody in the chat here, everybody watching. If you ever see Lon pop into lobby, think of him, if he pops into an open lobby, as one of everybody else, right? He's there to play, like Wes is there to play, I'm there to play. It's cool to ask a couple questions, but you don't want to berate the poor guy with questions. Like Wes, would not want to get berated with questions. He'd just love to play. I'm sure Lon, you'd probably would want to just jump on in and just pop into a pub lobby and just kind of play a bit, right? Like, tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Yeah, that is actually the thing that I miss the most, is just to play under my own name and talk with people, have fun, like what you guys are basically doing. That is what I miss the most, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I guess people don't realize you do have let's call I always say they're like secret accounts or sub accounts, so nobody knows who you are. But it's pretty easy to find them. We always know when Wes has a sub account. It's pretty easy. And a lot of the times, if you have a sub account, you don't talk, right? Because the minute Lon has a very familiar voice, so you can pick him out of a crowd very easily. So if somebody comes in and they're not talking, and they they have like 5 or 6 games, but they move like a person who's played 200 or 300 games, right? You kind of start putting 2 and 2 together and stuff, right? So if you're out there and you see Lon coming on in, you can have a chit chat with him, get to know him, like we say here. Ask him what he had for dinner. Lon, what did you have for dinner today? Or late night snack?
I had some salad. Salad with chicken.
Ooh,
so that was
nice.
good.
Some chicken.
Grilled, fried.
Are you a cook? Do you like to cook?
No, but I like to eat.
You like to eat?
Yeah, I feel that. I'm the same way.
There we go.
I hate cooking. I hate it, dude. Preparation, I just want to eat it immediately. I don't want to cook it.
Come on.
Is there a Mrs. Lon that cooks the food?
Chicken one more time. I love that.
Yeah, there is.
There is a Mrs. Lon that cooks. Okay, so somebody does feed Lon. Okay, so there we go. Somebody is feeding Lon the food. Okay, he's not Uber eating all the food all day long.
Just dropping it into your mouth.
Oh my god. What? I know I've talked to you in the past, Lon, about this, and we've talked in game and stuff about it. But I'm sure people probably don't know. You do play multiple loadouts, right? You have different loadouts for different maps and even probably different teams you play against, right?
Yeah, correct.
What's your go-to loadout? Like if you're gonna jump in right now and you're gonna play Wes, right? A 1v1 against Wes. What would you take against Wes?
Yeah, if I would 1v1 Wes, I would just pick like a pistol. That's enough.
A pistol. Oh, a pistol. Oh.
Doesn't matter. He can choose which pistol.
Oh, there we go. Shots are being fired. I think we're gonna
be just setting up an ultimate.
We are gonna set up. I think we've just did it. We're gonna do a 1v1 here. Wes versus Lon. Gonna be only on DubCity. A 1v1. Winner takes all.
And then the winner gets some ketchup chips.
Yep, the winner gets ketchup chips. There we go.
Oh,
I like it.
I'm not messing around.
All right,
that's
I
it.
Want those.
Wes is gonna bring out. He's gonna find a way to get his dual sniper rifles.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that's good.
My favorite loadout actually is well, back in the day, maybe Wes, you remember, maybe Disney J. I don't know if you played back then, but there was the Honey Badger that had a
Honey Badger.
Oh. Dude.
Yeah,
but it had a foregrip.
Honey Badger, I used to run as a secondary with my sniper, and that.
Everybody always forgot what that gun was called. Everybody always would ask, "What the heck is that gun you're running?" And everybody always say, "It's the Badger. It's the Badger." and I'm like, what the heck is the Badger? It was very distinctive looking to it. It did look pretty good though. It had a good look to it.
Now it's kind of worthless as a mag size.
Man. You know, when the headshots were actually headshots, and like the Honey Badger had a foregrip that it could even be more accurate. You know, okay, what I liked about the Honey Badger was it was like rewarding, right? So if you missed your shot, your headshot, you're gonna lose the engagement, right? So 1v1, whatever. If you missed, you're gonna lose. But if you hit, then it's so rewarding. You know, like it makes it more fun.
That's a big reason why I pistoled for like a long ass time, because it was just super rewarding. Especially when people would yell at you. But it's.
If you just gave like body shots with the Honey Badger, like, it was bad. You know, you're gonna lose every engagement. But if you were able to actually hit your headshots, it was super rewarding and so much fun.
Do you think there's actually a gun that is the best in this game? You know how everybody says, oh, the CZ, it's the meta gun, you know, and everybody keeps saying that.
Oh, the M16.
Do you think there's one gun that is, like, better than any gun to use in that game? Or do you believe more doesn't matter what gun you put in your hand, if you practice enough with it, that is the best gun in the game?
Yeah, I think, so you have to keep a few things in account, right? So it's also which maps you're playing. Like, I truly believe like the distance of engagements actually matter, right? So sometimes an MP7 can be really powerful in certain maps because it's close quarter, right? Like all the engagements are close.
MP7.
And
man himself.
So that is also really dependent, you know, like and also the player, right? They must be able to handle the weapon. They must have practiced it as a secondary main or maybe as a main. And also it depends on the position you're actually playing in the map, right? And your role in your team, if we're talking about League at least. So if you look at public lobbies and you are just going in solo, public lobbies, you try to get a nice KD, whatever your goal is, then you need a weapon that is overall really strong, right? And that means you are getting a lot of time in with that weapon. So you're getting used to the weapon, the mechanics, etc., the recoil. So you're most likely gonna main that weapon and use it in different lobbies, right? Even in League, because you're just used to it and you spend all those time learning it.
It's your go-to weapon always.
Yeah, it's your go-to.
You don't even have, you know exactly where it's gonna handle, how high you have to hold. That muscle memory that we keep talking about just kicks in, right?
Yeah, like I know guys that is just they can only use one weapon, right? With certain attachments, and they just use only that. If you give them something else, they will miss everything. You know, I'm not gonna say names, but
he's not gonna say names. You know who you are out there. He's not gonna say names, but you know who you are. I love that.
No, but it's
but it is true.
We all know Nero's a noob, so yeah.
Yeah, it is true. And I try to tell everybody, if they're new or anybody that I see around the game, like, you should always have a backup weapon that you're equally as good with, because, you know, if there is ever an update and, you know, the recoil changes or the power changes, you know, you can get to that backup weapon that maybe didn't get affected, right? I believe on that last update we had where, you know, the G36C was very powerful. Then everybody jumped to the Scar. Then the Scar got updated with recoil. Then everybody jumped to the MK18 was like the super gun. Everybody was using the MK18. And I love that MK18. That was actually my backup gun, was the MK18. And then for me, I went from Scar to MK18, and it looked like the update didn't even affect me when I was playing, right? And everybody was like just having such a hard time with it. And then, you know, that next update came out and it changed all the dynamics of the guns again, right? So everybody had to go find a new one. Yeah. And then everybody now is on the CZ, right? So you almost got to keep practicing. You can have your one really good gun, but you got to have those backup weapons that, you know, you're really good at, right? I see Wes. Yeah. You know, he never, sometimes doesn't play with the sniper rifle. Wes has an MP7 sometimes. I think you've rocked the CZ. Dude, I've been
dabbing with the shotgun.
Shotgun, I've seen you with.
Joking. That is
it's
so
nasty.
It's so
walk.
fun at close, dude. At close range.
Is it the pump one you're rocking or the?
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I have no fun in
just pulling out and just shooting. But are you shooting it with one hand or two hand?
Both. I don't care. Yeah, I'll do both. Yeah.
I don't care.
One-handing the shotgun is very fun.
Oh man.
But it's just, obviously you have to like bring it back to the second one, pump it, go back.
Now I gotta see. Now Wes, you know what you gotta do? You gotta see how far you can shoot that shotgun.
Dude, the shotgun goes farther than you would think. If
shooting slugs,
bullets connect, it's weird. But like, if you hit someone in the face, you can dome them from a pretty good distance.
Wes is gonna be on Wildlands from end to end, just doming people.
Now, if you see that, now that's a different thing.
Then you're gonna be like, "Hey, Wes, what's going on over there?" Let's talk a little bit about some strategies here. Because you've played a long time. You've put a lot of hours in. How many hours do you think you've probably logged into Contractors?
Let me check.
He's gonna check. Oh, we're gonna get the real numbers here of how long. Because you've played. Did you say
16,000?
Wow.
16,000
hours.
Dude.
No.
No, I was gonna say.
I have.
I was gonna be like, what?
No, I have 1,300 hours in Steam VR.
Yep.
I also play on the Quest sometimes. So I don't know exactly the numbers, but let's say 200, I guess.
So
at least 1,500 hours.
1,500 hours, which is a lot. That is a lot of hours, to put into a game.
Yeah, but it's also most of those hours are actually not public lobbies, I think. So eventually I stopped playing public lobbies and do just more scrims and practices and stuff or just with friends, like private.
If you ever get invited into a LAN lobby, you say yes the minute that invite gets sent out. You never say no to those because the players you're going to see in those lobbies are the best of the best players, and you will learn a lot in that lobby. No matter if you die 100 times, the things you will learn in those lobbies, like anytime I get an invite, Wes invites me, any big name player, right? Those are the lobbies you want to get into because you learn. It doesn't matter if you get killed, 50 times. You learn always something from every death, right? Next time I won't peek out so much. Maybe I'll move a little faster or try to find a better cover, right? You got to keep learning those things, which actually brings me into this next one. Team practices, right? So when you practice with your guys, are you like I was asking, earlier, do you guys do more skills practice or are you guys working on like a strategy, how to move? Like, how do you guys run your practices?
It's also depending on like who's actually attending the practice. So we adjust, who's actually in the practice and who needs certain type of training, or we need to go over certain maps for lineups or routes, etc. But in general, we do really coordinated practice, so we are really efficient, with our time. And when we attend practice, everyone gives 100%. Because if I face a teammate in practice, I just want him to at least try to destroy me. He can try. But I want to face the best version of him. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want to just kind of screw around and just play and have fun in a practice, because then it's not really a practice, right? You gotta be in that mindset where we're here to practice. No joking. Give it everything you have, really.
Yeah, we joke, but it's more usually at the end.
Yeah.
When the attention is not there anymore, or we're just making fun of each other or just having fun. But overall, it's really, we don't practice that much. It's more, when we do practice, it's serious and it can take a lot of time. I'm talking 4-5 hours. It's possible.
Wow, so you guys aren't doing just a 1 hour practice. You guys are really putting in that one day a lot of practice hours.
Yeah, it depends as well. What are we actually doing, right? So are we just practicing against each other for headshots or movement? Are we going over maps, over callouts? Just name it. sometimes we do multiple things and have just a certain schedule to do things.
Now I got a really good one. I know we've talked about this before in the past, and I'm sure people in the chat really are gonna want to know this. So, when you're playing a team, right? It could be any team, right? Could be Rogue, Apex, UMAD, KDR, whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have different strategies for different teams that you're gonna play, but are you more of a let's send everybody into rush the spawn and try and lock that spawn down? Or are you more of let's speed cap that point because its point is priority, or are you splitting the team up? Like if you were like, if you're playing, let's just grab a random team, let's throw Wes's team, you're playing against Wes's guys right now. What kind of strategy would you bring to the table?
Yeah, so it's of course team dependent, and usually when we scrim we just try stuff, right? So it doesn't really matter if we win or lose, it's just trying stuff and see how the other team is playing. But what we are mostly doing in matches is that we just try to adapt, right? So it's a constant flow, a changing flow, and we all need to be able to adapt to the situation. So we have in our team we play certain positions or certain roles. Okay. Like for example, IGL is also a role. We mostly adapt where needed.
So what role would you be on in the team? Like, are you more of a forward? You're the IGL. Okay.
Oh. So basically, I do nothing and I tell what needs to be done.
I do nothing. I just sit back and. I'm just gonna sit in the spawn. Yeah, you go out there, go run. You can do it. You're good job out there. You go kill everybody. But do you guys have more specific roles? Like, you're gonna be the point taker. You're more of a forward position.
Yeah. So for my personal role as IGL, I just keep track on what is everyone doing, what is the enemy doing, so we know exactly when to rotate, where to rotate to, which positions to take. And it's if you have one guy on a team that is just keeping track of these kind of things, it's really helpful in my opinion, and it shows in our results, of course. But I mean, usually when you're in a firefight or you're playing, you're in your own bubble, right? Yeah. So you're just playing, you're trying to kill, you're having engagements, etc. So if you have one guy that is just able to pull you back, a few times, or redirect you, or just says to you, yo, you need to rotate, or you need to be here, it really helps, having someone that can guide you when needed, right? Because basically everyone in the team, at least for us, knows what needs to be happen, right? They know exactly what we need to do.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm just there to remind it.
Even just counting the bodies that are dying, right? Like, hey, we've team wiped. Yep. There's 5 guys that just went down, right? Everybody can kind of readjust now to that situation. A lot of people forget about that, right? Like, you've just killed 4 or 5 people. That's 15 seconds of freedom that you can set up for that next run that's going to come at you, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And that is in short what I do. That's at least how I see what I do. I don't know what my teammates think, but maybe they think something else.
So, Now, when you bring players onto the team, right? Like, you're gonna look for somebody, right? You're looking for the next Lon Wick, right? You're looking for that next person who's gonna kind of be that next leader, or even just enter into the team. Are you going out and just going into the pub lobbies and kind of just, scoping out what the new talent is? And then you just kind of bring them in and slowly train them, or do you just kind of walk up to Wes and be like, "Hey, Wes, you want to come on in?"
Usually players contact us in DMs, for example, in Discord, or they talk with someone off Strive, for example, in the public lobbies. I don't do that personally. But usually they contact us, and we most of the time we just talk,
get to know them,
get to know each other a little bit.
Want to make sure they flow with the team.
Yeah, exactly, and just know the availability, etc., and what they expect, because that is also sometimes for people unclear, right? Sometimes they don't even know what Strive is, right? They just think, oh, it's a team and that's it.
Yeah.
Or they expect maybe too much, right? That's also possible. And we just talk, see the expectations, and then we start our recruiting process, and yeah, that is quite large, or takes some time, because we want to make sure that if someone joins Strive, they are equal, right?
Yeah.
We're not letting people in that are, or at least we don't see it like, oh, he's a newer guy, he's a beginner, or he's a bencher, like if someone joins us, he's ready to play, and can.
You don't have to worry about him or anything like that. He knows what he's going in for, basically.
I think there's a difference between recruiting and like doing a big recruitment thing like that, instead of just like grabbing someone that you like that you have been around a lot or whatever.
Yeah, but it's also like for them, right? So if someone new joins, I would rather have them to have the feeling like I'm one of them, right? I'm one of the team. I'm doing my job. I'm a team member.
Exactly.
Instead of, oh, I'm the new guy. I need to listen. I need to learn everything, and that is also not good for your composition in a team.
Definitely. I know you talked a little bit there about team expectations and stuff like that, and I know there's a lot of newer teams probably watching this podcast because everybody's wanted to hear, everybody wants your expertise. When you say, team commitment and stuff like that, right? If you're a new team or a new person joining a team, what are some of those like commitments? Like, hey, you got to be available like 18 hours a week, right? Like, when we call you, you got to make sure to, be ready to play, right? Like, you got to be on so many hours a week, stuff like that. Like, what are like the team commitments like that you kind of look for? Like, hey, this is what, if you want to be a good team, if you're building a team right now from scratch, right? Like, make it, you're gonna coach, let's say myself or Zuko, and say, hey, you guys want to build a new team. I'm gonna help you guys create a new team. These are kind of like the parameters you want to instill in all your new players.
I think the most important part is that you have synergy, right? That you can gel with each other. So, of course, it's an FPS, it's a shooter. If we talk about Contractors or any other shooter, you need to be able to win engagements, right? So it's very important to be able to be a good shooter, but that is something you need to practice yourself, right? So no one can, maybe we can give you tips on how to shoot, but at the end you need to practice yourself and get good. But as a team, you really need to try to find that synergy. So if you're a new team, it's very important that you know all the strong points of your teammates and also the weaknesses, because then you can adapt and change your positions and still be successful, in short.
Oh, we have another donation. There we go. Who is that? That name popped up really fast. I think it was that. Did it just say Nasty?
Is it true in the bottom right?
Nasty.
It was Nasty. Yes.
Thank you very much, Nasty.
Thank you so much. I think I see a little chant going on in the chat there, trying to get 7 more people to try, I think, to get us to that $1,000 mark. So they're trying to get a little rally going on there. But let's get back to some strategy planning here with Lon, because a lot of people love your strategies, because when you guys come out, it's like a dominating force. We've all been on the other side of Lon's wrath on the game. I think we've all been shot by Lon here a few times. Do you have any secret strategy, like any secret tips that would be benefit, like anything that you can kind of give away? Oh, we have another donation. SuperiorWes. Hey,
let's go.
Very nice, the man himself.
But yeah, do you have any secrets that you can give out without giving too many secrets? on like a good strategy or something good to practice or anything like that?
Yeah, what we see most is, it sounds really basic, but it's callouts, and but it's also, when do you do callouts, right? So you need to try to learn as a team to do callouts during your engagement, and that is something that not a lot of people do because they're focused on the engagements, and they try to kill the other guy.
Focus on the 1v1, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Callouts are very key. Actually, you know what, everybody? We did forget something. We've actually been planning this all day. We do have something happening here at DubCity.
We got another donation.
We may have forgot to say this, but you know what? Since Lon is here, and it's a perfect time actually to announce this. If you are new to Contractors and you are watching this right now, if you exclamation point and the word play, you will be entered into our marbles race that will be at the end of this at the end of this podcast. I can show you guys a little quickly, a little glimpse of the marbles. This is, let me pull up the marbles here. To get into the marbles race there. At the end, you will get into the marbles. If you are playing Contractors, and myself, Wes, Zuko, we know 90% of you guys out there. Rice, we know you have Contractors, so we will remove you. Rainbow, we know who you are. We will remove you as well. Same thing with Defender Fox. Anybody that already has Contractors, we will be removing you guys. These are for people who do not have Contractors, and you are first time player new to the Contractor community. Caveman Studios is going to be giving out codes we're going to be giving out one code depending on how many people are new to the community. We're going to be giving out a code for Contractors, and it won't matter if you are on the Pico system, Quest system, or Steam. We are going to be giving out a code for each, like for those systems. Caveman Studios and Lon have graciously given us those, and it won't only be on the podcast here. We will be giving them out as well on any stream that we do. So if we're casting a 5v5 right now, and there's new people to the lobby that, hey, you know what, you've never played Contractors, you want to get in and see, what's up with Contractors, you want to try it out, maybe you're a Pavlov player, maybe you're an Onward player, and you want to try this out, at the end or during that stream, hit that exclamation point play, and you will be entered in for the marbles race. Marbles is a very cool game. It's pretty cool. Stick around and watch it. We're going to be racing marbles with everybody's name. T-Dog, we know who you are. Come on, guys. We know
he wanted to give one to his community, but
get your community in there.
Get your community. There we go. Send out that Twitter link.
TBG.
Send out those
share it
links
on your socials, guys.
Definitely share it out. We're still going to be here for a while because I think we have some guests still to go. But, we want to try and open up the Contractors community, get more people involved in Contractors, get a lot more people playing, because how cool would that be to get all these new people into Contractors? Imagine another 10, 20 teams, entering into league matches, tournaments, and bringing this up to the next level. How much fun would that be? More people to kill, more people to trade.
Increasing.
And we can actually get maybe even some teams can even get bigger, right? Because there's not a lot. It's hard to find players for teams. We're all stealing them from each other. Hey Wes, we have an opening at Outcast if you want to make your way over. No. Right? That's pretty much how it goes, right? Everybody is kind of looking to the other teams. So any new players,
Dude, don't make me put on my t-shirt.
There we go. He does have an Outcast t-shirt. Wes is one. Has always been there for us every time we needed a streamer. I would just literally message Wes and be, "Hey Wes, we need a stream for a game." Doesn't matter. This guy would just show up. He's an honorary Outcast member. But yeah, no, we do have this giveaway going to be happening. I'm gonna delete some people while we talk to Lon here because I see a lot of people going in here and adding themselves. So I'm gonna go through this list here. But anybody that's new that does not have a Contractors,
play the game.
Please play the game. You know, that's the way we grow this community, right?
Won't regret it.
Wes is a goat. He is the goat. But let's get back to Lon here and ask him some strategy stuff. We want to know those inside details on how to get as good as him and his guys. You know, do you practice like doing headshots, Lon? Like, walk me through one of your personal practices. You doing I want to do something better to learn in this game.
Yeah, for shooting in particular, we just practice against each other, right? So we don't go to public lobbies and just stomp. That's what we try to avoid, because I truly think once you reach a certain level and you go to public lobbies, you simply don't improve. You know, like you can think about it as practice or but I personally don't see it that way. I would rather play against my own guys and get better from that.
That's, I do tell that to a lot of people, and I know, we do like going, I'm sure all of us, Zuko, Wes, we all love going into pub lobbies, kind of take out some frustration on people. There's nothing wrong with that. I
just go for reaction.
You can't get much better if you keep playing. If you're going into a pub lobby and you're just getting 40, 50, 60 kills in a game, is there really any practice you find at the end of that day, right? You should be coming out of there sweating, getting 20 kills. Tell me if I'm wrong there.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy killing my friends. That's more enjoyable.
In game, yeah.
Yes. In game, right? No, really. Like I enjoy it so much.
Yes.
Like in
I have a
every
GIF
way
of
possible.
Me panning Ghost. I literally send it to him all the time.
Record, send it in all the Discord so that it's great. So that's usually what we do. At least for our side.
Okay, I know everybody always has that one kill you never forget. If it's a pan kill, if it's a knife kill, if it's like West shooting somebody like 3 maps away, you know what I mean? Like, you have that one kill. Oh, there we go, another donation. Rice coming out there. Nice. There we are.
Rice.
Do you have that one kill that's like, you don't ever forget? If it's like a jump 360, rolling dive, 180 turn, whatever it is, I'm sure you, out of all the kills you've done, there's always that one that always sticks out of your head. Or you just kill everybody.
I remember a clip on Twitch. Lon hit a basketball shot in the old lobby. That was pretty popular at the time.
That was the most impressive thing. Like no one was able to do that.
Dude. Yeah, that. It was like impossible.
Yeah, that was back in the day. It was actually impossible. I know you can show the clip, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna have to go deep to find the clip. Dude, Lon, I'm gonna ask you, because I know I would love to see it back, and we talked about it. Can we get the pit back, or can we get that little group back where we got to hang out? That's social space, instead of everybody being in their own single headquarters lobby. Can we just get back that, like, throw everybody in the same headquarters and just kind of hang out and just powwow for like 5 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, tell me, Wes.
You guys are think I'm joking. My phone lights up. Okay, it's right in front of me. I get a Contractors VR Reddit notification. Guess what it says?
They're bringing back the lobby.
It says pre-lobby gone, question mark. Pre-game lobby gone, question mark. It literally says that. It says I got it right now as a notification.
Someone was watching and went and was like, wait a minute.
Guys, I just want to say one big thing.
Yeah.
That's
everybody,
weird.
Guys, girls, everybody, boys and girls, everybody that's watching, everybody here at DubCity, we just hit $1,000.
Oh,
let's go, guys. Unbelievable.
like
the first day, guys.
First day, 2 hours 53 minutes. We hit $1,000. Way to go, everybody in the community.
Stuff.
You know, thank
Good
you so
stuff.
much. Like, thank you
Very
for
nice.
that. Right, great job all around for everybody. But back to lawn now. Are we gonna get that lobby back?
So, in my personal opinion, I would love to see it back. But what I also would love to see in combination is that we can choose, right? So you can set up lobbies
That would be cool.
that don't have that.
Yeah, some people
social
don't
lobby.
want. They want to be by themselves to practice or something, or just kind of like hang out by themselves. You know, that actually is that. You know what? Okay,
Yeah.
yes,
You
You can
go into a door that like brings you into like where everyone else is, but if you leave, you're back into like the area of where like it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, that's
That'd
what
be
I'm thinking
cool.
of.
But it should be an option because a lot of just think about this, right? Like a lot of players that don't play as much as we do, that are now in the chat and that are here, they maybe have 1 hour to play and they don't want to like sit in a pit in a lobby with kids that don't start the lobby.
Oh yes,
right?
we've all known that.
I think it's like if you want to do the pit, like a thing like the pit, go play the new mode that you guys just released. Like that's, I would say like almost the same thing. It's a social thing. You wait around, then you join into that lobby, do a 1v1, whatever, get out, do it again. But I think it's just the social space as a whole. Like even if it was just a basketball court, I don't care if there's a pit. Like you don't even have to have your guns in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the matter of being around.
Just even having a team meeting.
Like all the clips of like, do you know how many clips happen in that lobby?
Oh my
area?
god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But also, one of the best moments happened there, right?
Yeah,
like to be honest, like it was great. Like I loved it, personally. But I also think that it's nice to have that you can filter on lobbies without this, right? So if you just want to like go from game, you're not, you just want to spend your time playing the game instead of being in the social lobby or something like it, that you can choose that.
Well, and those social lobbies would be
Nothing wrong
perfect
with
for
options.
even for teams, right? You want to have a team meeting, right? Perfect spot to be in, right? Instead of everybody just being in random lobbies and you're just talking just over a microphone, right? Sometimes you want to be in that lobby and just kind of, hey, how's it going? Kind of like a big screen, right? You're in big screen, you're hanging out with your friends, whatever it is, right? You just want to hang out for a few minutes. I will tell you though, there is one thing I really wish that the game did have, and I'm sure the chat is gonna blow up when I say this. Let it be known who starts the vote. Like how many times you're playing a game and somebody keeps throwing votes, right? And you're like, serious guys, who's the ass right now that keeps throwing random votes to start to kick somebody, right? And then you're like, come on, man up. If you want to say that vote, let's see who it is, right? I'd love to see it be like, well, SuperiorWes started the vote.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, I personally.
I tell everybody if I'm throwing a vote, like if I'm starting a vote to kick somebody, I'll tell everybody, I'm like, listen, I'm voting you. I'm starting this vote. You're acting like an imbecile. You're being rude. You're being disrespectful to the other players. Whatever it is, you got to go, and I don't care if you know about it.
Yeah, and also like if you can give a reason, right?
Yeah.
So you think someone is cheating or whatever, or it's racism or toxic behavior, being AFK, but also something else, right? Like other reason that you can literally say other reason. So yeah, I think that would be the best. And also like if you report someone, that it's actually like registered, so that people can take a look at logs and see why people are being kicked or what are they doing. So you can moderate it a little bit.
Like if you say you did get kicked, it like would send you a message or something saying what the reason the person like
a little drop down menu that says you're being kicked for make room for a new player, being disruptive.
Sorry,
nobody loves you.
You were being a total douchebag, something like that,
no
right?
friends.
Like, you don't be disrespectful, right? Like, how many times you've been in a lobby where let's say a new female player comes in, right? And all of a sudden it's like everybody in that lobby has never met a female player, right? They're hoo-hawing, they're making fun and stuff. And it's like, serious guys, this is the reason why female players don't want to play. Like, this is exactly why. You can't, like, treat them like a regular player, right? It's like Lon walks into a lobby, and all of a sudden it's like 6 million questions to Lon, right? It's like, he just wants to play. Everybody wants to play, right? Like, they should have, I hope maybe in future updates, I'm sure this game will go through a lot of updates as more people join and, you know, the community gets bigger. But so, and I know, I think we've talked about this, Lon. Me and you talked about it personally. Everybody keeps talking about these server crashes, disconnects. You know, oh, I've been booted from this. Oh, the servers suck.
Yeah.
Why do you think, and I'm sure you probably know, you know, you're better equipped to answer the question as to, you know, is there a reason why a lot of servers go down or their server kicks? Is there, like, you know, is there an issue with the game? You know, is there not enough? Because people are like, hey, why not get more servers? You know, why not get separate servers for tournaments versus regular play? Like, are these all feasible options, or are these just pipe dreams that people want?
So, how I see it and what I know is, yeah, there's always going to be like improvements to the servers and to the netcode, etc. Right? So that is the goal. The developers know exactly what's going on because everything that is being reported is being logged, right? So everyone that does it is being looked at. The other thing is, a lot of people actually don't have issues, right?
How do they get looked at? Because there's not like a report feature right now. Is that something that's like would be implemented later on?
You mean in game?
Yeah, like how are players able to be looked at?
So when they use social media to report, if it's Discord or Reddit,
so you mean just
Facebook,
popping in Discord and saying, "Hey, server went down" or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, or even on Oculus, right? So we see all those reports or email, like name it. We see it all, right? So, and it's all being registered. So we know exactly what needs to be changed, or at least what the player is going through. But the other thing is, like I said, not everyone has it. There's a lot of players that actually just can play fine, you know, on every device that is available. So it also, and that's the hard thing to determine, is it can also be your own network, right? And that is, you know, if you have friends and they have the same thing and you're like, no, but they have it as well, you know, and I understand it. But a lot of times when I help people privately, you know, I really DM with them and try to fix it. It's actually their own network, and we change stuff, right? And it suddenly is better, and they can play normally, and then you don't hear that anymore, right? People will complain when something is wrong. If everything is okay, they're silent, right?
You only complain when things go bad, right? That's the way it always goes.
Yeah.
But do you think having two servers though would be, because I know a lot of people they always ask and they always write in chats and stuff, you know, split the servers, right? Have a tournament side, have a like a pub side, I guess.
Yeah.
Would that help out with the server issues, or would that be more problems down the road?
I think it's okay. The competitive scene of Contractors, I think, should be a little bit bigger. You know, at the point where it's still relatively small in order to make those dedicated servers. At least that's what I understand from it. But maybe in time, you know, like if this is something that the community really wants and there's you know, space for that, I don't see why not.
And I'm sure, you know, this game is still, let's call it still fairly new. It has been around for a long time on PC, right? And it's only been on Quest for what, maybe 2 years, 2.5 years now. So that
it has its up and down.
You know, to me that's still very new, right? That's a fairly new game, right? Yeah. If you were to look at like Call of Duty, that thing has been around for what, 10 years? You know, how far back Call of Duty goes, and if you look at how much it's improved from the first Call of Duty that's come out till now, right? Yeah. So, and I'm sure as Contractors gets bigger, more known, the community gets bigger, right? We're still a very small community, and I'm sure you know how many people play Contractors or how, you know, what the number is. You know, I don't know if it's like millions of people downloaded it or if it's only hundreds of thousands of people that have downloaded Contractors, right? You know, it's going to take time for that to grow, and then as it grows, and you know, it gets bigger, right? I remember when I bought this game, I don't know if you won Canada, I paid, it was like $67 for the game, right? When it first came out. You know, I saw a few weeks ago, or not even a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you know, it was on sale for like $13, right? So it has its ups and downs, right? We're gonna see these peaks and valleys, and you know, it's gonna grow, right? We're trying to make it grow by giving out some free codes. Let's not forget, everybody, hit that exclamation point play if you do not have a code. As of right now, we have 2 people who are going to be battling it out for the code. So quickly get on those.
50-50.
It's a 50-50 race. Get on those Twitters. Get on those chats. Get in your team Discords. You know, if they got family members that want to try playing Contractors on their headset.
Your grandma.
You know,
get it for your granddad.
This
for
is
everyone.
This is what's gonna happen, right? Get in there. Let's get as many people play Contractors, right?
New players. We want
new players. Yeah, I don't want to see Wes with his 4 or 5 accounts showing up here. We all, you know,
I only have one.
But you know, I do love Wes's names. You know, he's very creative with his names. You know, one shot killer.
I'm very creative.
You know, like
it takes me like 10 minutes before like I get on. I'm like, okay, what? And then I have to find a picture that correlates with it. And it needs to be
the work gets put in. Like, the work does get put in. Lon, can you tell us one of your secret names? So if we ever do see you, you know, we know it's you.
Well,
or one that you don't use very often.
Neuro like chooses them for me.
Oh
usually.
Boy.
Of course.
Like how
knew it. No.
Dumb it is, whatever. He choose and I choose it for him. So like if you see, we try to give each other like the dumbest names with profile pictures. So that's usually what we do.
Oh man.
But yeah.
That's what we're gonna look for. Now we're gonna start. Everybody's gonna start looking for those. Like, that name just does not sound real. Who would ever call themselves that? And we're gonna be like, "Hey, Lon, is that you?" Because I've done it myself in game where I'm like, I'm playing like somebody who I think is a new player, and then I look at their stats and it's like they've played 5 games, but yet they move like Lon, right? Or they move like Nero, and I'm like, "Hey, Nero, is that you? Lon, is that you? Is this really you guys?" Oh man. But is there any exciting stuff coming up in Contractors that you can share with us, or kind of, you know, let us know?
You want to tease us?
You know, maybe? Something you want to tease us with, like maybe
like
some new guns.
We saw something about like new anti-cheat coming out, and like that's something that like I guess like we're seeing starting to leak into VR. Like even Call of Duty on console, they haven't been able to combat that and knock it out completely. So the fact that's even like coming into VR at all, that's kind of.
Well, Onward has a lot of that. I know Onward has a lot of it.
Yeah,
and they have a big issue with it. But that, you know what? That's an interesting one about the anti-cheat, right? Like, we all know.
Like, so a lot of people have been saying that in the chat. It's something that's becoming more
you know, someone's always going to try and find something. But yeah, I guess Lon can let us know if you know how that works.
Yeah. So for what I know is anti-cheat is being worked on. So from the developer sides and also from external, right? So you have easy anti-cheat and just name them, but it just means the structure of the game needs to be changed, right? So if you look at the past, for example, we had the issues that players were able to reload, but it was really slow, right? So when you did the reload, you had to wait almost 2 seconds before it actually reloaded, right? So that means reloading your magazines is server side. So if it's fast, it's client side. But if you can change things on client side, that means you can maybe change the values, etc.
Yeah.
Right. So this is not like, oh, you buy anti-cheat and you implement it in the game. It actually takes a lot of work, but it's also the danger of the game experience that the players have will change, right? And it must be acceptable, because or else you're gonna get complaints that even more latency or lag, or people experiencing other things, right, that they normally didn't experience because of this anti-cheat. And yeah, that is also what you need to think and have an account. And
Has
besides
there been
that,
stuff y'all have had to like run into, like where people can use something to impact server-wise? Like I know that's old school stuff, but like Xbox, and people talk about like lag switching, something like that, or like when you say like change values, have y'all had to encounter anything like that? So kind of like why things are being implemented or need
yeah,
to be
and
like.
yeah, it's like it happens, right? And that happens in every game, especially in VR. That is just how it is. And the problem is at the moment is like how many people are actually cheating, right? If you take the complete player base, how many times do you see in game an actual cheater?
So you guys are running basically
rare.
you guys are going for the odds basically, right? If you got 1 million players and only 1% is cheating, is it worth kind of
VR,
reinventing the wheel?
There can be a lot of variables.
Yeah, but like for example in Contractors alone, like how many times do you actually see someone cheating and like aimbot and such that doesn't exist yet in VR? But I mean, you maybe you see it, right? But if it's not that much, yeah, then it's also really hard
to be something that you see though.
Yeah, like, that's what I was.
So I guess the big question everybody wants to know is if you pick up can you pick that cheat out? If somebody shot me, would it be very noticeable that anybody would be like, okay, that is a cheat, or is it more of a it's just hard to tell really. I need to go rewatch like the video and slow it down to like 0.25%.
I get a lot of footage.
Zoom in.
Yeah, I get a lot of footage of people, right, that show a skill shot, right? Maybe one of you guys or people in the chat that I actually see, that kill someone, like a new player. And I just need to explain to them, I watch it, and I can just see, this seems normal for me, right?
Yeah.
If you guys would see this clip, you're like, what happened? He just shot you, right? So it's really hard to determine, right, if someone is a cheater. And I think that can only be done if files are being verified on computers or systems.
You'd have to submit all your INI files and all that. So the people in the chat
a human cannot do that, right?
So the people now can know in the chat, they can submit footage to you. If they if they do, instead of, maybe complaining to that player being like, hey, you're cheating, whatever, record it and just don't say nothing and just submit it in.
Every Reddit post,
every
Reddit
even
post,
like on a
UID
like,
recording.
Yeah, like even if you don't want to be known, like your name or whatever, just make an account and send it to me. Like you don't have to say anything. If you expect something or someone is being toxic or like throwing racial slurs, like believe me, we're gonna do something. Like that is something we actually do, and people that maybe are in chat or you guys here know this, right? We actually take action on that because
and I think
we try to have
a good thing
community.
to note, right? That because I don't know if a lot of people know in the contractors community that if you're in a lobby, for example, and somebody keeps throwing out racial slurs, right, and they're just dropping like words that are inappropriate, right, and it's starting to offend people. Well, even the first time, you shouldn't be saying that. Screenshot that UID. Record what they're saying. Submit it in so that way it can be dealt with, right? They get banned, whatever it is, right? Whatever the action.
Yeah, I have a lot of contact with content creators, the biggest and the smallest, right? That are out there, the influencers, and they always do this because they know we take action. And if it's extreme, and it means the player needs to get banned, they will get banned. That is simply how it is. Because we need to take action, right? We cannot just let it go.
Well, there's no need for, yes, you can be, a bit of an ass sometimes in the game. People can be asses, whatever. It is what it is. But, drop in, for, whatever racial slur you want. That kind of can't fly, right? Like stuff like that, right? Being super disrespectful, right? We obviously don't want people sending in UIDs because somebody called somebody an ass or something, right? And I'm sure you guys got to verify it, but if you're being super disrespectful and just coming in, and I'm sure you guys have all seen it. Wes, Zuko, Lon. You go into a lobby and there's that one guy, new guy, he comes in super hot and heavy, like. just dropping all kinds of bombs. You're just like, whoa.
That is kind of the magic in some regards, though.
Destroy those people.
It reminds me of those old Call of Duty like Modern Warfare 2 days. And in the end, we all have the mute button. Anyone who's truly bothered has the option to stop it if they want.
But you know what? The mute button, you know, it is good that you can mute them, but it shouldn't be just a mute option. You know what I mean? There should be, you know, they should know that, you know what, if that's going to happen.
For things that go too far, there should be the option, to send stuff in.
Or an automatic, Lon, correct me if I'm wrong, is there an automatic report button or no?
No.
There is no automatic report.
So, just to come back on the original, it's like, it's still the internet, right? So a lot of people actually get harassed and they don't want to come forward publicly, right? So that also happens, right? Okay, we don't, probably most of us, they don't have this, right? We don't have this directly that we're getting harassed, etc. But it happens. So and now to come to your point is, what I would love to see is to have an in-game option, right? Instead of using socials, you can report people in-game, or report bugs in-game, you know, make a small clip, etc. Like, all in-game. Because then we get a lot more and better feedback. And directly, and it's more easy, right? If you're a Quest player, it's harder to go on Discord or use any social media and then get it off your Quest.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
extra steps.
It's a lot of steps that people... sometimes people are like, that's too much. You know, fuck it.
Yeah. But you know what? That extra step could save that next lobby from that person being there. We have two important things in the chat here that I noticed. One is from Dream, and she is correct. You know, women in this game, the community will have your back. You know, there are a lot of lobbies. All women are very welcome in this game. You know, they are actually, there's some female players out there that will give the top guys a run for their money, right? You got to watch out for them. One day, you know, maybe there's going to be a full women's league, you know. So yes, we do. You know, everybody's got their backs. None of us, Wes, Zuko, myself, Lon. You know, if we hear anybody, you know, making fun of a female player or saying, yes, they will learn the hard way what rage quitting is all about in the game and in that lobby. They may even rage quit just in the lobby of the abuse and pounding they will get. Right? The other question that we had is very, very important, Lon. This is a huge question. Comes from Hulk Smash. He wants to know. He says the whole entire chat wants to know. What is Lon's favorite cereal?
I'm actually curious on this one. You better answer correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, I really have to disappoint you guys because, like, that's not a thing here.
I swear.
That's not a thing here.
Wait,
like, I'm serious.
You don't have cereal.
Eating cereal is not a thing here. Like, at all.
You have had cereal at some point in your life. What tasted the best?
Some Cheerios, Corn Pops, Fruit Loops.
Yeah. When you were a wee young lad, which one tickled your taste?
So wait, what do you have for breakfast then? What is breakfast in Netherlands?
For me personally, it's like bread, man.
Seriously?
Like just bread. With
I do
chicken.
Like some French bread.
So wait, you wake up in the morning, you get some bread and some chicken. Some bread and chicken in the morning. You heard that right here, everybody. Lon does not eat breakfast. He eats bread and chicken. Okay, you've heard that here. We've settled the debate. Lon does not have cereal. He eats bread and chicken.
Just bread, guys.
Just bread. With some butter? You know? Nutella?
Yeah, for example, Nutella.
There we go.
Butter.
Like some fruit, stuff like that.
So very healthy options for breakfast. But there is, I just want to make sure this is clear with everybody in the chat. There is no cereal in Netherlands.
I'm feeling some big cap.
We hear OG1 Scottish accent again.
Stuff.
No, because like that's not a thing here. Like, believe me.
Grim, do you eat cereal, Grim?
For the Netherlands to have something crazy. I don't know.
Does Grim eat cereal?
In the UK, is it?
Let's hear your Scottish accent, OGY. Wee young lad.
It's hard. It's hard to do it on the spot. Now I'm shy.
You wee dafty.
Oh, so just bread and okay. Are we toasting that bread at least?
You have to wait for it to come out naturally.
Are we toasting that bread, or is it just straight right out of the bag?
Lon, if you toast it like
just straight out of the bag, man.
Okay.
Well, okay, I got. You know what? Since we're on the breakfast subject, and everybody makes fun of Canadians, you know how we have our milk in bags.
Oh.
You know, and I know. Look, I'm Portuguese, so I know when I go visit family in Portugal, it freaks me out all the time that their milk stays in the cupboard, right? It's a carton in the cupboard. Where is your milk?
What?
So in Portugal, we don't refrigerate milk. It goes in the cupboard.
Is that
it's not because it's the way they pasteurize the milk. Once you open it, you can put it in the fridge. But when it's not open, it just sits in your cabinet. And depending on the type of milk you buy, where's your milk?
The same. I just put my ketchup in the cabinet, anyways.
Wait, you don't put your ketchup in the fridge after you open it?
I put it in the fridge.
No, I was joking.
Oh, I was gonna say you gotta put that
in. Thank you.
But where do you store your milk, Lon?
In the fridge.
In the fridge. Okay.
Good man.
Does it come in a bag?
In a bag?
How does
I'm trying to get mine straight from the cow.
This is just.
I have a goat at home.
You have? Wait, did you say you have a goat or a cow?
I have a cow.
You've got a cow. Oh.
Do you really? Are you joking or are you serious?
No, I don't have a cow.
Oh, he doesn't.
There's a lot of cows in the Netherlands.
That's why I had to ask. I really want one.
You really want a cow?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm trying to find a local farm. My milk and eggs.
Rainbow is saying no ketchup chips, no milk in a bag. You guys are missing out a lot in the U.S. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are missing a lot. I'm not sure what would happen if I brought a bag of milk across the border.
Dude,
they'd stab it right in front of you and then be like, "What are you doing?"
I'm actually missing a lot of like good stuff from the U.S. Like candy and stuff, because my teammates talk about it, right? So they are like, "Oh, what are you eating?" like this, and I'm like, "What is it?" I don't even know what it is. Like, you guys have so much, and Cheddar, shout out to him. He actually made like a care package for me with all kinds of candy, right? That I never heard of, and that is really popular. And he sent it to me, and yeah, I got to taste it. You know, it's super sweet, but it's really cool to experience it, because yeah, you guys have so much, so much food.
Yeah. Gotta send you Whataburger.
Whataburger.
In the chat.
I saw that. Yep.
I never had Whataburger.
That's that Texas original. It's not actually all that but it is pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I have seriously no clue what it is.
Do you guys have like chain restaurants in the Netherlands there that would be comparable
McDonald's
to like? You guys obviously have McDonald's there and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys have different things on McDonald's
menu.
Yes,
that's what I was gonna ask. The McDonald's menu, it must be completely different than a U.S. or Canadian McDonald's.
Red velvet cake shake.
Probably, yeah. Probably is different.
So I know, like in Portugal, for example, the McDonald's there, you actually get an appetizer with your meal. Could be a soup. Could be whatever they're. Yeah, you get a little cultivated soup with
what
your.
What is this? They have a valet for
or you get you can get your espresso as your dessert and stuff like that, and all the cakes and pastries. And I'm sure Netherlands
the McFlurry
probably
machine is never out.
The McFlurry machine works.
Chicken and salad.
Chicken and salad. You love your chicken.
Never tell you.
That's why I eat it. Yeah.
But I still can't get over there's no cereal in the Netherlands.
Shoes comfortable?
I think they're talking about clogs.
Clogs.
Those wooden shoes. I guess it's very popular, well known in Netherlands. The wooden shoes. That's what you know. What I'm gonna tell you a little inside secret about Lon that nobody knows. That's what he plays in. He plays in the wooden shoes.
Clogs? That's that noise I hear.
And only that. Only those shoes.
Only those shoes.
Nothing else.
That's his gaming shoes he plays in.
That's it. Birthday suit and clogs.
Jeez.
No, only clogs.
Only clogs, nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh my god.
It's really stable, like it's
it keeps you balanced. Do you play with a gun stock, Lon? Just curious.
Yes. I have a Pro Tube, Mac Tube, but I love it in one way, but I also feel like it's holding me back now. So at a certain level, like, it will help you, at least for long range, but eventually it will hold you back.
It makes you slower. That's why I don't use one.
yeah, your flicks freehand is just simply faster, but like nowadays with the virtual gun stock, especially in Contractor with the 2 options you have now, they're pretty solid, right? Like back in the day, you didn't have V stocks that good, so you actually had to, do it yourself. Now it's pretty easy.
I mean, there's only one stock I would go for, to be honest with you. We talked about it earlier. The Astrius brace.
Oh, the brace. Just
I
locking
feel like
that
that's
one
like the
arm
only
in,
one
basically.
Yeah, it's just I mean, obviously one arm, but like...
That's what I want. Especially on Quest. You get that controller too close to your head, and it immediately, like, walks stuff out. And so 1 out of every 30 of my deaths goes to that.
Actually, talking about that,
take that out.
Quest, and I know it happens on Index as well. Is this something that we're going to see disappear in the future? Now, I don't know what causes it, and you see a lot of people actually doing it now. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. People can run at full speed with aiming down sight, because if you bring the controller so really close to your face, it thinks that, I guess it thinks it's down, or the tracking gets lost, and you can still run
the gun sideways.
Yeah, if you turn at a weird angle while you're holding it down sight, you can still run at full throttle.
Yeah, so this is actually present in like a lot of games, shooters in VR. It's quite common, but it's being reported and looked at. Okay. That's what I can say.
And people should report things, right? Like, honestly, people, if you see something, right, like a weird glitch, or you notice. Now, with the mod maps and all that stuff that's happening in, it's coming into Contractors, right? And mod maps has really changed Contractors. It's blown Contractors up, right? I think once Star Wars came in, the Call of Duty maps, I think the numbers of Contractor players have really...
Why it's so hard to get a normal lobby.
Yes, there is. Could you find a TDM? Yeah. If you were to look right now, you won't even find a TDM lobby, right? Like,
dude, I find a TDM lobby on.
Will there be in the future? Because I was really shocked how easy it was to create a map. It's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. The back end of creating a map is very hard and a lot of work. But it was more of how easy it was to just upload a map, right? Even if the map didn't work, it was just literally go to the website, mod.io, and I uploaded a map, and all of a sudden in 2 seconds it was in the game. Will there be in the future, like, it's got to go through like a testing phase before it gets released to the public?
Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a really good question. That's something Cayman is also being discussing, right? Because we had in the past, for example, a strip club map. I guess you all know which one I'm talking about.
It's back, actually. It's back.
Oh, it's back. Okay, good that I know.
It's back.
Well, we got
it's not back
warnings. Anymore. Let me click something. No. No, but we actually got some warnings from Oculus that we are doing like certain type of content, and I was like, well,
because you're probably breaking the terms and agreements there.
Exactly. Yeah, and we actually had to communicate with the modder and try to explain why things need to change. So like going through like checking all the maps that are being uploaded in this period of time is just simply a job. Like seriously, we need someone that is doing this as a job,
and just making sure they're optimized correctly, right? Because let's say I create a map and I have no clue what I'm doing, right? I just literally grab a bunch of assets, I throw them into a map, and if it's not optimized correctly, it's jittery, I'm just going to destroy the servers. You know what I mean? Like, and that could also be an issue to why the servers could be lagging a lot, right? I know we played last night. I don't know if you guys have played the Vault.
Some of the maps are intensive.
I don't know if any of you guys have played the Vault. Stay away from the Vault.
It'll be crazy.
Pull that map down, because when you go in it, it never ends. Like, you just keep playing and playing, and you can't get out of it.
Okay, in general, like, we get a lot of feedback on the mod kit from modders all around. Even from modders that only play PC games that are checking out our mod kit, and they are seriously, the mod kit that Contractors has is really good. Like, it gives a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
But sometimes you can
we've
sometimes
already seen
things.
Just the tip of the iceberg of what people have done.
Yeah, but this is nothing. Like, the mod kit has just been released, right?
And I'm actually really curious about your thoughts on this one. Okay, so I love Mike to death. He is an amazing mod map maker. For a person that learned from nothing, like he literally went on YouTube and learned how to create maps, and he's doing some crazy stuff, right? Like right now he's making a helicopter fly and, you know, just some out of the world kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is that something that Contractors is going to want, you know, where you're breaking the map essentially, right? Like if I have a grenade that turns into a ladder, right? Or a jetpack that I can fly out of a map, or a helicopter, right? Like that must affect the game itself.
Exactly. Like my personal opinion, and that's also what, for example, Turret is saying in the chat, right? He said when you get newcomers and they join these maps, they're going to have a bad first impression, right? Because that is one of the downsides of having a mod kit like this, where every modder is having a lot of freedom, is they can basically change everything. They can even change the damage that's being done, right?
Yes, which we've seen. There's headshots only, you know, hardcore mode and stuff like that.
Like those are modes, but you can also do this in maps without even activating the modes. Right, so you think you're playing, I'm playing a Call of Duty map, but the damage can actually be changed in that map.
And that's where people might think somebody's cheating even.
Yeah, and also the experience is always different, right? So if you play an OG map, you have a different experience. If you play this map, suddenly your movement speed is faster, or your TTK is lower, right? So it's like, it has two sides, right? It gives a lot of freedom and a lot of joy to players, but also for the developers, it's really hard to determine, okay, what is actually going wrong? Because if your map is unoptimized, like you said, and it runs really bad, sometimes someone can mistake that as latency or lag.
Exactly.
Right? Because they're stuttering, etc. But it's the map. And so if they report something about this, we also need to know, like, okay, which map did you play then? Oh, it was this map. Yeah, okay, sorry, but that's really unoptimized. In other maps it's okay. Yeah, in other maps it's okay. So it's, we're losing time and efficiency also because of this mod kit, because we simply don't have a lot of control, right?
And if you take away the control, then people are going to want to create these mod maps and stuff, right? And is there any issue with, and I'm going to say this in I guess, not in a mean way to the modders or anything, ripping maps off. So like these Call of Duty maps, for example, right? I know how they get them, and I know because they don't create them from scratch. I know they're just ripping them from plagiarism? They're literally ripping them from the mobile version, because I know how they do it. Is there any issues with these maps being like kind of just taken and throwing into Contractors, right? Whereas if somebody like Mike is creating a map out of his brain, right? Like if he puts a cow in a certain location, that's his brain putting that cow there, right?
Yeah. Like mod maps, in that regard, it's always going to be like a gray area, right? So, if you're, for example, dealing with Nintendo, they will sue you, right? Instantly. Yeah. So it's so
no Super Mario maps in the future. Because how cool would that be to see a Super Mario map?
Well, maybe they already exist. I don't know. But like, for example, companies like Nintendo, they're really strict, right? And they will sue you for everything. And doesn't matter who you are, or how big or how small,
or what the reason was behind it.
Yeah, and so that is influence, but also, okay, Contractors is pretty big in VR, right? Like everyone knows Contractors. The player base is doubled. It's going great, but it's not big enough, I think, for these kind of AAA, developers to worry about a game like Contractors. And besides that, it's still community made, right? So in my mind, the only thing that can actually happen is maybe the map needs to be taken down. That's at least, I cannot say for 100% sure, but that's in my mind right now, because we, or at least Caveman Studio, didn't create it, right? We're not like using it as, this is our creation.
Yeah, it's
like an OG map.
An outside person has created and uploaded it.
Exactly.
But the
So
minute
it's
you
not
put like
ours.
I guess the minute that you put a division in there where they're the ones who got to fact check everything, then you got to be a little more strict on what would pass and what doesn't pass, I guess, because then you guys would be more responsible for it.
Okay, if it's like one of those cold maps, like let's be honest, they are really good.
Oh yes.
Right. In Contractors, like the quality is extremely
really
well. It's like one-on-one almost, or even one-on-one. But the thing is, like, if you create a map that has the exact layout, well, different assets, etc., it's still doable, right? If you look, for example, at Veil, they have a map that is basically Dust 2 from Counter-Strike.
Oh, nice.
But they
do,
right? So it's the same layout. It's not exactly the same, but yeah, everyone can see it's Dust 2. So there's like a gray area of, okay, what can we do and what not.
So will you guys?
They're trying to get down.
So go ahead, Wes.
Like they're trying to get like the layout of the map because they know Dust 2 works like beautifully.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they're just trying to copy that essence.
Yeah, it's a really good map, right? Like extremely well. So, yeah.
So will you guys?
That's what I would like to see also.
Be kind of like taking away mod controls, or at least trying to bring back, like, hey, you know, maybe not a helicopter, or maybe something that doesn't allow you to break the game, let's call it, right?
Well, yeah, like what I think is more game breaking, if you're actually like going those terms, is more like TTK and damage. Okay. I think that is the thing that can hurt the community the most, you know, in general.
And because there's no way to really stop that.
Well, there is a way, right? We can always limit the mod kit.
Okay.
Basically. So we take away functions that modders can use,
Guys,
but that is not what we want,
real
right?
Quick. Man, I need to run for. I've got work in the morning. It's about 2:30 a.m. now, so I'm going to need to call it a night. But I just want to thank everybody for all the donations and just coming together. Been a fantastic community. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Sounds good, Graham.
I could listen all night, but I'm up in 4 hours, so I best get asleep.
What time is it? It's 9:30.
Hopefully we can do this once a month. It'd be good.
You know, we've been going at this for about 3.5 hours. You know, I think these people want to see who the winner is going to be of the marbles. Grim, you want to hang out while we do the marble run here?
I've got 10 minutes.
You know, why don't we do the marble run right now? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it any other new? I mean,
anybody in that chat who
if there's
wants
new players in the chat,
get your friends on rare, right now.
Yeah,
get it in quickly.
Too, yeah.
Exclamation point, play. We got 2 people in here. We got Do you know Coffee Shop VR? Anybody know Coffee Shop VR?
The name sounds familiar.
I've never played with them, so I don't know that name. And the other one we have is Corrupt X7, another name I've never seen in lobby. And everybody remember, I'm sure Lon can know if you know who these people are. Third, seriously. Third has put his name in. Does anybody know this Third Wish guy? He sounds familiar, you know.
I don't recognize him.
I don't know.
I think give him a game copy.
Yeah, I think we might have to give him a game copy there. He might need one. I don't know. He might be a noob. You know, I'm not really sure there. Evil Sock Puppet. Does anybody know Evil Sock Puppet?
I want to say I've heard of that. That's it's Evil Puppet, right?
That's that Evil Puppet? Okay, there we go. We're going to have to kick you out of there.
Discharge.
There we go. We got to kick you out.
Third just deleted his message.
Just booted him right out.
All right, everybody. We are going to start this up. We're going to bring up the marble screen. Who's ready for this? Okay, so my mic is in. I'm going to get you guys in here right now as we are running the marbles right now. Okay, we got the marble run going on here. I'm just trying to bring in the audio from everybody else. Yeah, there we go. All right, everybody is here. You guys are all with me right now. We got audio from everybody now.
Is it just...
We've got two people. We got two people running.
Am I here?
There's number two. They're running side by side. Here we go. They're in the bamboo shoots. I feel like I'm calling a match right now. Here we go. We got a race going on here.
He's going cat. Wait.
Oh, I like this.
There it is. We got a leader. We got a leader going. He's just got shot. He's got shot out. There it is. He's going down the bamboo chute. We got a leader going here. Taking down the lead. Oh, we're going to have a little spinorama. We're going into the center here. Oh, he overshot it. He just overshot it.
In the league?
There it is. He just overshot. Here comes Coffee in. Coffee's coming in. Is he going to make the turn? Coffee overshooting it. Corrupt still trying to get through.
Oh, here we go.
Corrupt making his way down. Let's take a look. There we go. Corrupt's now slowly going down the snake pattern. Corrupt in a big lead. This is going to be where Coffee can come back and win it.
One of these little posts will stop Corrupt.
There it is. Oh, he's going straight through. Oh, and he gets shot back. Oh, he's just getting smacked in there. It's like Lon shooting somebody right there. Pow! Gets sent back. Now he's going to go in through. Oh, he's in the little stoppers. They're popping up and stopping him.
Almost there.
Coffee slow. Where's Coffee? Oh, Coffee's got a long way.
I think Coffee's a lost cause.
There we go. We're running down the chute. Getting dropped in. And there's Corrupt in the finish. Corrupt
really funny.
X7 is our winner. I'm just going to screenshot that. And our winner is right there. Corrupt is the winner.
Congratulations, Corrupt.
There we go. Take a little shot there. We can post this up later.
Marble servers are lagging unfair.
So let's give a big shout out to Caveman Studios for giving Corrupt X7 a game code. The way you're going to get this, Corrupt, DM us here in the Twitch chat so we know how to get a hold of you.
Send me all your bank account info.
Yes.
Send me your home address. I need all your parents'
We
phone
need everything, what you can send us. No, just DM us. If you're on Discord, you can reach out to any one of us, Wes, Zuko, myself, Lon, DC, Grim. You can even do just pop it in the Contractors chat or something and just at one of us.
Why don't we make two winners?
Right,
why don't we make two winners?
Want to make two winners? Oh, we have there we go. Big shocking surprise right now. DC becoming Santa Claus right there. Coffee getting a game code copy right there. So both of you will be going home. We have Oprah in the house right here throwing out game codes. You get a game code. You get a game code.
I kind of like this. They're saying in the chat. They're saying, do one with all of us just for the kicks.
Okay, we'll do one more for the kicks.
How do we all enter?
Hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys. I'm going to start a race up, and then everybody in the chat will get it. So give me 1 second. We're going to pick a new map here.
1 hour race. 1 hour race.
1 hour?
You know what? We're going to go for this one called
I'm picking up Indian.
Who Will Survive? So this map I'm picking. 1 second, everybody. You can't get in yet. I will tell you when. Hold on, everybody. Got to give me a second. I got to set this map up. I will tell you when to hit it. Everybody. Oh, there we go. Okay, everybody. Now you can hit the exclamation point play. Let's get everybody in there.
Does that mean we're in? I'm going to do it twice because
I see Zuko. I see Lon. Verndog is in your Cheddar. Superior. Let's get everybody. Oh, look at that list just flying through.
Sweet.
Everybody's getting in there. Hit it, everybody. Let's see. This map, you can get thrown off and die. Just like in Contractors.
So it's random, right? It just plays random. It just falls out randomly.
Everybody falls out random. And just to let everybody know, we will be doing this draw on every DubCity stream. So make sure, on our next match that Zuko, Wes, myself will be casting, let your friends know if they want to play Contractors. Let your Twitch followers know. Dream, T-Dog, Wes, Zuko, let all your Twitch followers know if you want a Contractors key. Watch the DubCity match till the very end so they can all get in here and get their own copy. Okay, we're going to do a last call.
Type it again.
Last call. Dream wants to know. Dream, you are in there. You are in there, Dream.
Marbles. If you want to get in right now, then please type in exclamation point play.
Marbles.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay, here we go. Last call for marbles. You are in there, Defender.
Play marbles.
Hulk Smash has just joined. Rusty Trom is in now.
Yeah.
And the game will also let us know if you are repeated in there. It'll only let you play one time, so it will know if you've repeated in there. Are you in here, Itzman? We want to know. Are you in?
You gotta be scared.
He's lying.
He's lying. All right, he's in now.
Yep.
Itzman.
I never saw him in the league.
There we go. You are in there. Okay, we are gonna go here. Everybody ready? We're gonna bring up the marble screen. Boomski is in.
Let's get it.
I think Boomski is in there. Where is Boomski? Was you try to get in there twice? It knows if you're in there twice. We've jumped over. Here is the list of our marbles players. In case anybody wants to see, there is our list of marbles players. So we got a big list on here. A big group of people.
I'm predicting that I win.
Who is ready to watch this one and see who's going to die? We are starting the countdown. I feel like I'm
hitting your ball out.
Here we go.
I'm it right now.
Got all those balls. And we are going.
Funnel tactic?
We're going with the funnel tactic.
I'm adjusting my strategy.
Here we go. We got the leaders going in there. Who's going to lead it? Who's going to take it?
Oh, I need to change my key bindings.
Let me just get rid of that there.
Oh,
I'm changing loadout.
There we go. We're going around.
Wait, what?
We're chasing Rainbow right now.
Okay.
Now we're following Dream. There's Dream Breezy.
Dude, I'm not even in the top 10.
Cheddar now.
Either. What the heck?
We are actually. Who's on the lead? There we go. Dirt Nap Joe in the lead. He's in the lead.
Oh, I'm first now.
Oh, here we go. We're getting hit on the wall. They just skipped right through the wall. Gonna be hitting up into the barricades.
Nah, they don't have a chance in here.
Here we go. We're gonna get on the flyby. We're Dirt Nap Joe is it? Oh, Defender Fox taking the jump. We actually did the. Oh, he jumped below.
Nice. They both. Oh no, he
didn't. Look at that. There he is. He's going around the circle. Oh, someone just took him out. Wait, what's going on here?
What? Wait, he skipped the track? He's cheating.
He jumped over the track and he kept on going.
We have it on footage.
Report him.
I'm filing a ticket.
Defender Fox in the lead. Oh, someone just fell off the track. Someone just died. Dirt Nap Joe just died.
Wait, the finisher is moving.
What's going on here? I gotta find who's on first place. Here we go. Here comes Defender Fox with the jump. Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna? Oh, he didn't make it. He's dead.
Did he miss?
He missed.
Wait, someone else got first.
Evil Puppet. Evil Puppet takes the win.
Wait, who's gonna win? Nah, actually, no, top three. Top three. Wait,
best 2 out of 3.
I see
Wes is in 10th place. 9th. There's 10. Wes in 10. No, Wes just died. You died. You flew off the map. Oh, wait, no, you're back in. Where are you, Wes?
Dang, I must have died a long time ago.
Trying to find you. There's Legendary. Wes is number 10.
Top 10.
I don't want to brag, guys, but I'm number 7, so.
We got people flying off of the map here.
Sorry for those guys.
Zuko, you died.
2 out of 3.
You just died there.
2 out of 3. I don't know what you're talking about.
And there it is. Evil's Puppet, the big winner. Defender Fox had the lead. Dirt Nap Joe with the big lead. And they just died. Oh, we got people still flying off. We haven't got a winner yet. People are still flying off the map. There it is.
Oh my.
Dream Beezy went flying off the map. Alrighty, everybody. Evil Puppet, you win the big nothing. The big goose egg. Congratulations on that one. You are the winner of the night.
Yeah!
Woo! For Evil's Puppet. But back to the codes. You know, the 2 winners. Please reach out to us in either Discord or here on Twitch. You can reach out to Wes, Zuko, Grim, myself, or Lon Wick. And we can definitely, get that code out to you. We'll show you the steps because there are steps. We can send you the screenshots. Quest has a few extra steps you need to take. So we'll show you how to get your code redeemed in there. And I guess we're going to end it here. Let's thank our guests, all guests here that were on. You know, thanking everybody. Thanking Alon for finishing off and staying with us here all night. Grim, thank you for being with us and putting this event on for us. We will have more of these podcasts. Thank you, everybody in this chat. Let's not forget this.
Pleasure.
$1,020.
Yeah.
$1,020. You know,
insane.
you guys just killed it out there.
Cut, yes.
And if anybody wants to play this marbles game, it is on Steam. You can play it and add it to your Twitch account, and you can have your Twitch followers play it, and then you can do it in your Twitch. It is a free game on Steam.
Very cool.
Thank you, Wes. Cool. Thank you, Zuko, for being here with me. And we will all be signing out here. Let's get a sign out. Wes, give us a sign out. Zuko, give us a sign out.
Hold on.
We're now beaming back to spatial realms to keep
I'll give you a sign out.
Going.
Uh-oh.
Alright, signing out.
Cue the dubstep and fire.
Thank you, everybody, for watching us. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you all, guys.
Ciao.